way up. Way up. Way up. Way. Going back and forth like it's east and west, but the whole team up, say that's north side. I'm all lonely if I shoot the tech, and I'm 10 seasons in, still I'm coincide. Every day I'm going back to back, so ain't no neck to neck. Bitch pressing in the valley, growing stronger, only open up the chest. Really know it's superhuman, I'm in overtime, they hate, so they check the chest. I've been doubting on my eyes and crossing on my teeth right now, I'm trying to curb the S.
I mean, it's just too easy.
I mean, seriously. I've been in my lane, ain't no passing. I'm truly from the bottom. I've been fighting for the light. But when you in the dark, man, all you get is flashes. My whole team know that it's do or die. By the time I see newer highs, I'ma make a move. When I make a move, and I'm thinking I'll let you decide. On the gas with the vision, I've been out to get it, here to do it different. Ripping through the tension, barely in the streets. Now we in the building, and it's going way. Way. On the gas and I'm smashing it. I've been in my lane, I'm probably crashing it. Way.
Bro, like, we can lose in scrims. I don't care in scrims.
Welcome back, COD fans. It's the final weekend of qualifiers before we head to Toronto for Major 3.
And today, we start off with the home team, Toronto Ultra, looking to make a statement against the Boston Breach. But will the return of Beans give Boston the gas it needs?
Then, LA Thieves face off against the Surge. Both teams have started to come alive in the later stages, and we're expecting a banger of a match out of them tonight.
Plus, this week we have 2 do-or-die matches for the teams trying to cement their spots in the winner's bracket.
It all starts right now on the Call of Duty League.
Every single map, they are the top of their game. Coming through, and now you flood into Hydra. This man is a maniac, getting bullets on players that are basically invisible. Oh my God. Geo! Red might be there to slaughter them. Rotations on as well. Red in the time. Oh my God. Almost game. These guys are just playing next level Call of Duty.
Oh me too. You got this.
Oh my God. Watch out. Wasn't a bomb lane.
You got this. Alright, one
got this, bro.
Last guy ran.
Last one where? Last one where?
I don't know. You doing your thing.
Oh my God! Holy what the
Oh my God! Oh my God!
That is the legend Trainwrecks dropping not a 20v1 but a 1v3. Nameless FaZe Kason putting on one of the more exciting Call of Duty events we've seen.
Yeah, man, shout out Kason. That was a bunch of fun. You know, we got a bunch of huge creators of games, and man, there were some wild moments, especially the coaches. Their commentary, yo, you got this.
Right? By the way, Bronny dropping most kills in that game. LeBron's son, Nade shot least kills. Sorry, Nade. Let's go into what else was going down this week, though, Alley Cat, because you had a big finals.
Oh, yeah, we did have a big finals. WXCA finished up this week for our season number 3, and Phoenix are back-to-back champions. But I will say it was a really exciting Game 5, and there's 2 different players on the roster in place for Cellian T and Emma and Swipey. So a couple of roster changes, but still a huge W. It was a really fun 4 days.
Did you say back-to-back championships for Phoenix? 3-time champions, and of course, the ladies taking home some money for their efforts. Who would you give MVP to?
Ooh, that one's really tough. Maybe give MVP to Kel. She's been kind of doing the whole thing all season long.
I want to ask you, Ali, who do you think's been like the most improved so far at WXC this season? Because this is the second year now, right?
I would say teams overall, Team Shadow definitely got most improved since we've seen him from last season. But as far as individual play goes, a bunch of the girls.
You're going to see a few of those ladies heading up to Toronto, as well as all 12 of our CDL teams, and it is just a week away. In fact, we're leaving in like 5 days to head up north, Ali.
Yeah, we are. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, join. If you live in Toronto and you don't have your tickets yet, now your chance. Scan the QR code. I'm really excited. They always put on an incredible event.
Yeah, it's going to be a banger. Listen, everybody wants to make it to champs. This is another step on the way there. We have a bunch of matches this weekend that are win and in. So the Toronto implications are here. We're just ready, man. We leave on Tuesday. It is going to be a blast. Get your tickets if you haven't already. Come hang with us.
Nameless, you nailed it. It's win and in for these 4 teams. We got Carolina Royal Ravens, Miami Heretics, LAG, and Minnesota Rocker all in action this weekend. And Allie, starting in that winners bracket, pretty big difference from starting in the losers.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're basically coming to play a one and done, so a lot of implications Saturday and Sunday. Today, though, we'll see 3 of our teams that are locked in for winners, but I'm really excited about the second matchup on Saturday.
Second matchup may be the closest of the entire weekend. Let's talk about Carolina taking on Minnesota. When you look at the Royal Ravens, it's kind of surprising to see it's the rookie who is leading the squad.
Yeah, I mean, it is surprising to see that, especially with some of the names on this roster, but Gwyn has truly been unbelievable. Like, he has been muscling them through the respawns that they've won. I mean, this guy has a 1.1 or better in all 3 game modes. He went from being one of the worst search players in the first 2 stages to one of the absolute best throughout this stage. We're talking First Bloods, takeover games, and 1.2 in the game mode, and now that's the game mode that they are the best. That's their best game mode, excuse me. 6 and 3 in search has been getting them through series, but he needs help from the surrounding cast if they're to make it into winners.
I completely agree with you. And for Gwyn as well to be that leading on the Rookie of the Year leaderboard, there's somebody right on his tail, right? In the fact of Linz on the side of Minnesota Rocker. And that's going to be the team that they're matching up against on Saturday. And Linz, unfortunately, has been put in a situation where they've had to make 2 roster changes and haven't been finding a lot of success. But that doesn't mean Minnesota Rocker can't pull off something crazy during this event.
That's right. If you look at Linz's numbers from stage 1 and 2, definitely higher than his current numbers here in stage 3. But do you see this team evolving, Nameless?
I do. I mean, I would say when you're making the argument for either one of these players, right, like, Linz has had a top 4 and a top 8, so it's been decent in terms of land. They've had huge roster changes, and I would say he hasn't been set up in the best position to find the statistical success. That being said, in Search and Destroy, he's changed his entire role to fit around Sandy, still putting up massive numbers. That was the focus throughout the split. They have fixed their Search and Destroy. It comes down to the respawn now, right? If you win this next match, you're in winners. You have that time to figure out your respawn and gel well. So for Linz, I still think he has a chance to be Rookie of the Year, and him versus Gwyn, man, it feels like they're the 2 front runners.
This may be the biggest year for breakout players as we have rookies all over this league. As we take a look at our leaderboard right now, Gwyn in that first place spot. Right behind him is Snoopy. And in the 3-peat spot, we got Mr. Flame. So let's talk about a guy who has less than 5 lands under his belt.
Oh yeah, you have to, when you bring up the Rookie of the Year conversation, kind of talk about Flames. It's unfortunate because he got added in so late in the season. We've only seen him during this qualifier, but he has completely changed the LAG camp, a team that would get really, really close to maybe taking a map off of some teams and not able to win a single series. Flames comes in, he's averaging a cruise missile almost every single map. He has been that guy, and I can't say how excited I am to see him on land.
It's been so fun just to watch him play for those streaks and almost know he's guaranteed to lock it in. The man knows how to play his life, and also not afraid to get involved in those first bloods. When we're looking at some of the numbers here, though, what's your takeaway from Flames' first 2-3 weeks here in the CDL?
Oh, Search and Destroy Demon. Absolutely. I mean, you're talking about LAG squad that for sure unequivocally gets better on land when it comes to respawn. And now in S&D, you got a guy who's giving you 1.5 and also winning 75% of his opening duels. So in a great position. All you got to do is go through the Miami Heretics to make winners.
You beat Minnesota, you beat Boston, you beat Miami, and you are in the winners bracket once again if you're LAG. But the Heretics finally righting some wrongs in a win over the Seattle Surge, surprising almost everyone on the planet but me, Allie. I always had faith in this team.
Yeah, of course you did. You definitely didn't do that for fun. On the side of Miami Heretics, it was a huge win for this camp, not only for the sake of mentality, not only the sake for standings, but they were 0-5 in control, and they were able to take that map number 3, and they weren't able to close out hard points. They took the map number 1, and then a dominant high-rise 6-1 win. Lucky and Real had an absolute masterclass search and destroy. So for Miami Heretics looking forward, it seems they're making strides in the right direction.
And if you're looking for an MVP MVP from this series. Lucky was the guy to watch and search, but I think across all game modes, they have a stud there in Miami. Real has some ridiculous numbers from that last match.
This guy's absolutely insane. I mean, this is what you want when you pick up a new player, right? Like, you feel like you've made the absolute right decision. They've been working on their map pool, and, you know, for these guys, like stage 1 and now stage 3, like online, they've been pretty solid, competitive. Can they do it on land, though? It feels like Real could be the answer. He's full of confidence.
He's going to bring that energy up to Toronto next week, but today we get the qualifiers continuing with 2 matches on the day. It's going to be Toronto Ultra playing for a top seed against Boston Breach, who only has 5 wins on the season, and we'll follow it up with Seattle Surge versus LA Thieves battling for a top 4 seed. When we come back, we'll be kicking off that first match. Let us know who you think's going to take it and how many games.
Fans, time is running out to make your picks. Choose your winners now by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Hurry, it closes at 3:15 Eastern.
Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store.
Never miss a match of your favorite teams with the Call of Duty League Calendar Sync. Here's the fun part. When you add a calendar, you'll also receive a squad up calling card you can use in-game.
Final week of the Major 3 qualifiers kick off right now, and Boston is back to full force. We got word from Dens and crew that Beans has returned from the hospital. He's got a cane and everything, Allie, ready to drop at least 40 in our first hard point.
I mean, I wouldn't shock at all. We talked about flu game. I don't know about back pain game, but we'll see.
Yeah, play through the pain like Kobe did. Let's talk through some of this here, Ant, because we've got a great fight on our hands if you're Boston. Because Toronto may be underlooking your squad today. Can Boston get a 6th win?
Listen, Boston can get their first win of the stage here. I mean, when you talk about Toronto, obviously they've been unbelievable at hardpoint throughout the entire season. Their search and destroy has fallen off. The map pull has not went in their favor, and literally, when you look at it, they're 1-6 combined on high-rise Rio and 6-star. That's the game mode Boston has been struggling. When you talk about respawn, Boston has been fine. 4-1 in control. They've been mopping teams in that game mode, 5-5 in hardpoint. So if they could figure out their S&D, they could come in, get a 3-0, 3-1 victory in the series.
You know, to that point, I have to agree, but when it comes to the monster, Energy pregame, like the search and destroy, you have to talk about the numbers,
So
right?
bad.
So getting into the nitty gritty, like they're 13-30 on attack and they're opening dual win rates. So like they just aren't playing for the pigs. They're not playing their lives. And then on defense, they have a 16% retake. That is worst in the league. Like to put this into perspective, most teams average like a 30 to 40%. Boston they need to do some serious work in game 2 and 5.
When I saw these stats, I started laughing. It is actually that bad. Now, that being said, they didn't have Beans last week, who can be like an in-game leader, but he has been playing well in Respawn. You know, with Boston, though, man, like search and destroy, it just has to get better. Clint was talking about, it's almost historic how bad they've been in that game.
Boston still struggling. They have their full lineup, though, and with Shawnee back in the coaching position, you think they have the squad they want. Let's take a look, though, at Toronto, because this is a team that made a serious move in the offseason. They pick up Envoy from 100 Thieves, and now they have the roster that they thought would bring home multiple trophies. They did it in Stage 1. But they really aren't in the discussion going into Stage 3, their home major. Why is that, Allie?
Because they have a similar situation as Boston. Their search and destroy hasn't been up to par, but when you kind of hold these two next to each other, Toronto is making strides in that game mode. They just 3-0'd Minnesota Rocker. It was a round 11 on high rise, which isn't usually very objectively played, but you could see the play calls made. Like round 11, Envoy gets the first blood, and Toronto fake that B plant and then move over to A and get the bomb down. So on the flip side, Toronto is making steps in the right direction.
Let's take a look at our maps and modes. We got Karachi up first, 2 doses of 6-star and Invasion for a game number 3. Nameless, is there a chance Boston goes to another round 11, game 5 on high rise?
If they go to round 11, game 5 on high rise, I will die laughing because they had the worst strat I've ever seen. They sent Snoopy on a dummy mission. He got trapped. But I will say in these maps, though, Toronto doing exactly what I thought. They're playing their worst search and destroy. So opportunity for Boston.
Scuff Pick'ems, let's do it right now. Nameless, you are in the lead with 102 correct answers. Let's make it 103.
You guys are on my coattails. I'll give you guys a chance. I'm going Boston Breach. I think Boston come in, they get their first win. Y'all remember what LAG did last stage when they came in? They beat Atlanta, and they go to land.
Yeah.
They make some noise. That's what Boston's about to do.
Boston's about to do that. Okay, Nameless with the early call for Boston.
I can't agree. I'm going to have to go with Toronto Ultra.
You're wrong.
6 months of competition, 5 match wins. I'm not going Boston. I got to go Toronto here, and the fans are with us. Is Nameless once again a guru? It's time to find out as we send it over
Chris
to
will change his hair to green if Boston wins.
And Maven. I'll go green. Why not?
What?
I'm not doing it.
Might look good. Might look good, Chris. I think you can pull it off. But listen, Ant went to the comparison with like LAG. I was thinking recently, like, all right, you're 0-9 if you're Breach. I was thinking back to those like Patrick Price-led EG teams in World War II. They lost 12 straight searches, right, Joe?
Yes.
They won champs.
32 teams went to champs that year.
Boston Breach is winning champs.
They had to qualify for champs first. They're in last.
It's still what I believe in, Joe. It's still what I believe in.
And I'm just stating the facts here. I'm not trying to be rude. They just have 50 points right now.
Yeah, no, they're in a horrible spot. All trolls aside.
I'm not trying to be rude.
No, like we were just thinking about, we were going through and talking to EasyMac a little bit about where they are, like historically, with this 0-9 stretch, and like there was the attached Rocker team back in Cold War. It was like 13 was the most we found. You had the 12 for EG. You had an 0-7 stretch for Rocker. Last title, like. There's been a lot of bad stretches. This is amongst the worst, bro.
Yeah, well, Monster Energy pregame said 12 straight losses, so it has been even worse than throughout this stage, going back to the major. But we'll see when we get there. We have a Karachi hardpoint to start. Yeah, I mean, Ultra's best map, their bread and butter, 9-2 on the year. On the opposite side, Boston Breach 3-6. But I will say, this Breach team, no matter the roster, no matter if they have a sub, they have played teams close in Respawn.
Oh, it's 12 with the search in the majors.
Yeah, that's what that card said.
I had just looked at the stage. So yeah, they're approaching maybe the worst ever then.
Yeah.
For just a stretch of search. Perfect. Well, we'll see.
Well, at least you had like a little asterisk on a couple of those maps because you had a sub. I'll allow that.
That's true. That's true.
But it's not good, Clint.
No, it is not good. But we'll get into the action. I think I do. I mean, I agree with what Ant's saying. Like, there's upset potential. Like, that's the thing. Like, even back with like that EG team I mentioned, like they had flashes in Respawn where you knew they could be good. They just couldn't win a search and destroy, so it held them back. Once things started to click for that team, they went on and won champs. Obviously not the same scenario here, but if they improve in search, Joe, they are a threat to beat a lot of teams.
No, they are. Yeah, I mean, we just saw it last week. Even with Shawnee, like they have been a solid hardpoint team. Snoopy has been fantastic. Now you have Beans back in the lineup. Pentagram been filling in well, but so far throughout this map 1 over towards P2, it's been all Toronto Ultra in this hill. Boston Breach is trying to keep junkyard spawns for our P3 rotation. And on the other side for Ultra, you're going into your home major. You're 4-1, it looks great. You just really haven't beaten any of the top 4, right? As Beans is going to find a double and get on the hill.
Yeah, you and I were chatting like briefly before we started this, and we don't know with Ultra. Like, no matter how well they looked in this online stage, based on like how low they've looked and how good they looked in stage 1, until we get to the major, I don't know.
Yeah,
once we get to the major, we'll see how they look.
And then one thing maybe you're looking for if you're an Ultra fan, maybe just some consistency and respawn from that guy at number 2. That's Envoy. 1 in 5 start here. He's been struggling in hardpoint and control, getting going in search, but on rotation, Snoopy's gonna find 2 and now break this setup. And this is what we're talking about. You're able to win the rotation as Boston Breach. Now you have the hill control, and Snoopy's trying to get pushed forward.
Well, he'll stop on that 3 spree, but a nice moment there. But, you know, you mentioned Envoy. I'm curious, like, from your take, you know, you were a big Thieves guy. You saw him be a beast. You saw him have stretches where he struggled. Like, why do you think he struggles at times? Where does it come from? Because this isn't the first time we've seen a bad stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he's been inconsistent at times on the, you know, Thieves rosters, a little bit on Huntsman. It just feels like, I don't know, when the team's not thriving, when they're trying to really figure it out, maybe he's just not focused on himself, focused on sort of the team strategies, how they want to play it. Just not on the same page. I think maybe he just gets caught in the mess as both teams just sort of breaking back and forth here. Have a very close game, but I think for him, he's just, I don't know, stage 1, they looked so darn good fundamentally.
When the system's there and it's going well, he thrives.
Yeah, it feels like his timings are on point, and he's the type of player where if things aren't going his way, it's going to look bad.
Well, speaking of not going your way, Pentagram right now, he's 1 in 7, but you're basically tied. I think he'll take that because Priest is frying. He's on 4 straight, leading the lobby with 10 right there with CleanX. We'll have back over to Snoopy's POV and see what maybe he is able to do as we're tied up 62-62. Still a pretty low scoring affair, but now hunting is Snoopy.
Yeah, but you'll take this all day if you are Boston Breach. Keep them off the hill. Keep right side spawns to rotate for that P5. Pentagram trying to find number 2, not able to catch CleanX. Nice shots by CleanX. You see number 5 and Snoopy to be playing it safe. Ultra just wants to push up the middle of the map, so this rotation is not easy for Breach, and now the pressure will be on. As well, Envoy from 1 in 5 to 6 in 7, so he's gotten going, and there we go, able to make the read. We'll see where Priestess spawns. Should spawn up on the left side of the map, and he does. So now you have a very early first push on this break.
Yeah, it feels like when he's like ready for a fight, gun up, he does well. Just see him get caught spreading sometimes, like not gun ready. Of these past couple of weeks. We'll see if that improves. They try to make this run at their major right now, trying to get damage in. Very tough gunfight for him to find the kills. Scrap will be there to follow it up, and the guy likes to shoot lasers. Misses everything, but it's not easy one. The pop-up will work out. CleanX will be through on the other side, and you get a little bit of space now because you also got one over by Diner. You've got a lot of control.
Well, yeah, they're a little bit worried, though, that they spawned up Coop side, and they actually didn't. They all spawned up like middle of the map red. Did Boston Breach. You saw when those kills came in. And where Insight spawned, they're like, uh-oh, let's watch Coop, but that doesn't happen. And now they're going to be able to take this lead. Nice win there for Envoy.
It's just how this hill is, though. Like, everyone's just spawning out like mid, Diner, back alley, it's like running on top of each other.
No.
So often, like.
I know there is a P5 spawn on the right side of the map, like near P3. It just is very
there?
rare. Yeah, no, there's one there. I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, it seems to be a little too rare, but lighten it up on the feed. It's Envoy. It's CleanX, 4 straight for Envoy. CleanX looks for his 4th, not able to pick it up, but as we get into our second set of rotations, an important moment in the hard point, you start to live and thrive within this one. If you're Ultra, but the breaks are coming through, it's all down to Envoy. Nice little sequence there from Boston Breach. You get set up, you have somebody spawning out by P2 and Snoopy, so you're in a good spot here to bring it back.
Yeah, they're not going to read this, though. They're all going to spawn out is Toronto Ultra on their left. They thought they would be spawning up on the opposite side of the map, but they will take this. Much needed time here for Breach because it's a very good transition for Ultra from P5 into this P1, and now Insight able to find 2, trying to snap, but Snoopy is there for the double. And Pentagram, he just got his 2nd kill at the start of this hill. So you have all 3 players on 14. And he's at 2. I'm sure he's putting damage in. Timing just not going his way, but now he is there on this P2 rotation.
You've said it multiple times. I think you're right. Like, Karachi hardpoint skill just comes down to being able to read the wonky ones. Because, like, when you have, like, a perfect setup and, like, you're where you really want to be, yeah, you can spawn people out and it's real logical. The second it's, like, a little bit messy, though, it's just like, spawns are going to get iffy now, boys. Will we read them properly?
Yeah, he is kind of set up for it.
Yeah.
Is Ultra able to win this rotation? I think where teams have gotten much, much better is this P2. It just feels like it was so scrappy at one point, and now it's just 40 to 50 points once you're winning these rotations. The opposite team, they're just sort of like, all right, let's just play from junk side, try to win rotation at P3 and respond.
Yeah, team's just willing to rotate a whole heck of a lot earlier and give up a lot of P1 time sometimes just to get it. But Snoopy, he's had some brilliant multi-kills.
Big time, that is big time.
And he'll get, yeah, it might turn into an extra 20 or so seconds. There's gonna be another one-on-one though. He's gonna have to win that one against Kleenex. He's able to do that as well. So Snoopy wins a couple of nutty fights. And in the scoreboard's like a 40-point swing.
Yeah, I'd say it's a 40-point swing. It's also where he's getting kills because the hill's up and where his teammates are. They're spawning so far across the map is Toronto Ultra. So now Snoopy trying to wrap on back, but inside junk, Envoy is here. Snoopy's on 5 in a row, but Envoy, we were talking about his respawn, and since that moment, he has stepped up. It's going to lead to the break behind the double.
Yeah, like Snoopy tries to help through mid, but he loses his fight to Kleenex. So now you're inside if you were Toronto Ultra, and you're very thankful he got that time at last, because Ultra seemingly have it locked down for now, but you've got all 4 players here, and they're starting to collapse. The team kill is going to come through. The woes for Pentagram continue. Quadruple -4 and 16. I'm not trying to straight roast the guy, but it just looks odd on the scoreboard when you look at the rest of the squad.
Yeah, and that's just a huge moment there where, I mean, you're hoping that's cleaner for Boston. Great job by Ultra to break down through, but you have a chance with Snoopy's plays over towards P2 to potentially be in the lead, but it's a break there from Ultra to lead to this. But we're going to go listen to the comms from Boston Breeze. Let's go to a listening.
He's close up too, he's native.
It's Envoy. They're gonna be 2/3 side, I think.
Yeah, milk. Where is he? On this cap, bro. On this cap inside and top AC.
I'm behind him, milk.
Top church. Deep sandbags, weak.
I'm just hiding back
Top
there,
church,
guys.
top AC. I'm letting come. Bottom church, next. Bottom church, back.
Top third,
Gonna push out mid.
Top third, Envoy.
I'm coming right. I'm just from the right.
Top third, yeah. One top third on me.
I'm shutting up. He's deep right sandbags.
I'm working too, okay?
Time them.
I'm working too, okay?
Long and back milk.
I don't see that. Wait, he flanked me cube. He's low cube on the arch. Low cube on the arch.
Make it up top. Low is gonna be open. That's gonna be open.
Too old. Look for one.
Okay.
Okay.
Through old last
Inside scrap old, you look for
Yeah, I'm top there, okay? They could be low cube on me. Yeah, I'm holding low.
I can see low cube there. Look for
Yo, on this cap and hold. Okay. They play through left hard. No, you and B-cut. B-cut and...
One's been out. 2 minutes.
I get right for a second. Yo, he's a top down.
Barrel's weak.
I'm on. Barrels is... In these top balcony and barrels. Barrels is really weak. I spawned close front. I'll grab time, just focus the back.
They're trying to play in the back. Yeah, yellow card. 2. I got one. Inside the back. Nice. I can through the back.
Alright, I'm pushing up.
Maybe, I don't know. Be top.
I'm in ticket. I'm hitting middle, bro. Could be light. I don't see the middle.
You might want to play close to us, maybe?
Yeah. I'll be top.
I can see the back cross. They're gonna be probably top.
Honestly, top.
I
think they're flying through left again. One shot, tickets grab. I can push you low.
Top 3, he's gonna try. Yeah, push him back left. He crossed P3.
Let's spawn out.
Always one shot from P3 and one to the back. One in the back.
Ticket.
On you.
Nice. Ticket. Weak front, Kleenex.
I'm playing top again. I'm playing top.
I'm letting top.
Yeah, that's one.
Last one.
Last one then?
Yeah.
They're gonna be front. I got naded. You're good. Probably gonna be pretty ready.
He's top pot. He's on your left.
He's probably gonna be pretty ready. Okay,
Stop checking.
I'm in.
Yeah, he is. He's low bridge.
I'm in. Hello.
Nothing top 3.
No one's shot. He's AC in bridge.
Joe, you probably have something cool to add, but all I took from that is when Bean said back, dead, and I thought about the fact that his back's been dead.
That did happen last week, but hopefully he's feeling better, right? That's all we care about. He's back in the batch now, and now you have a chance here at P1 where you're right back to the game. The pressure's on. They do such a fantastic job at P5. Kleenex gets a triple, but they recover, and now you have this setup.
You have the setup. What can you do with it? You try to rally now, down about 40. 30 to go in the hard point before the rotation comes in. Pentagram hoping to have some moments here late in the game as he's had a tough one, but still gets the win.
Gosh!
And Insight just fries him. That looked like a joke, and now Ultra's in, a chance to close this out. Not with the remaining time here, but they've got the rotation as well as things have coming off the wheels. Boston Breach in trouble.
I mean, that was your chance. You had a couple of opportunities, a big one right there. You would have tied the game up. We talk about these swings, how close Boston have played some of our top teams in Respawn. This could have been closer, but Ultra win map 1 to go 10-2 on Karachi.
You know how, remember when Krim sort of said, there was a question about gun skill, and he said like, a lot of it's just meant to like, know you're gonna shit on somebody, like know you're gonna gun them, and like you will, like it helps. Like Scrap took that fight like I am 20 times better than Pentagram.
Oh, that was Insight.
Oh, Insight. Sorry, Insight. I'm just gonna challenge and fry him and just burned him there. Woo! I know when you're like, oh, that one got you excited.
I mean, Pentagram's got the MCW. Sometimes, yeah, just a first couple of shots, the camera comes in. A close back and forth battle. I think Breach had some opportunities, but Ultra with the fundamentals. And really, it's the subs. It's 31 from Kleenex. Envoy steps on up. He's got 21. On the opposite side, yeah, it's just a rough game for Pentagram. 8 and 24. The other 3 were there, but yeah, just a tough one.
The Pentagram's like what the witches use to cast spells and stuff, right?
No idea.
Because he might need to pull that out, get a cauldron, maybe do some witchcraft, bring it back to the next map.
It could happen. Yeah, maybe so they're 1-9 and not 0-10. That would help. But you see their inside as well. 2.5 minutes on the time. He got that double there, but the rest of the map, he was just sitting on the hill.
You know, it's funny that, like, in my head, I said Scrap because in my head, that play, I'm thinking about Scrap.
Yeah, because he does that sort of stuff.
Yes, but you're right. It was Inside with the sauce, and they get the map 1 victory, and that's one's going to be painful for Boston Breach considering the search woes. So early hole in this one. Here's a breakdown about how it went, Joe.
I mean, honestly, it's a pretty back and forth game. Then you see the second P2, but that's where Snoopy breaks it up, right? Like, you split some of that time. It's 19 to 28, so it's a 9-point difference. Could have been a lot more. It's that P3 where you stay right at 136 for a couple of hills in the row. That was the moment that Breach had. And then over towards the end of the game there at that P1. So they had their opportunities, but yeah, sometimes you can't allow a team to break because they'll put you in the blender.
Yeah, those situations are tough because, like, you know, when Snoopy wins those fights, right, Diner? The rest of his 3 teammates had hard committed to the rotation. And, like, you got to take those 20 seconds. You can't just rotate and help, but, like, you have to trust your 3 to hold because you're probably going to be in a 3 versus 4. It is what it is, but you should have the headies. You should have the setup, but they don't hold, and things kind of fall apart before he's able to get there.
No, I even think there was another player that went, so it was like a 3-on-3. But yeah, it can be tough. It gives them time.
Yeah, no, because Snoopy got in a gunfight, yeah, so it was a 3-on-3.
But it is with 15 seconds, and Ultra can take their time, double team somebody on rotation. It is a tough spot, but it's what you practice for.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, practice, have they been getting any in search and destroy? I'm not entirely sure. You get Beans back. Not that it was better or worse without him. They didn't win with or without. It hasn't really changed, but maybe, I don't know, vibe thing, you get your guy back, you get the squad that you wanted to have, you didn't get to enjoy much time, but that was just game 5 pain, and now you have a matchup that's going to be so tough here versus Ultra. Did they need to win that map 1? Like, you put a lot of pressure, you have to, with, like, the way the search.
I mean, I think, listen, their best game mode this stage has been control. So I think we could go to a game 4. That was Karachi, that was Ultra's bread and butter. It's just, can they get to the back half of the series or not? That's really the question for me.
The back jokes. But we take a look at the players here. Smiles mostly up right now for Toronto Ultra. They should, well, I mean, vibing in the sense they have a major around the corner, and that's going to be awesome. But obviously haven't enjoyed maybe the success you saw early on this title. Is it starting to remind you just a little bit of New York last year?
Yeah, a bit. Sort of this up and down.
Dominated, now it's figuring it out.
Figuring it out, getting back on the same page. And look, the reason is, like, they're 4-1, but what everyone remembers is the 3-0 by FaZe, where they just got slammed, right? And that is the question. The 2 targets for a team like Ultra are Optic and FaZe.
Well, I do think that FaZe has kind of skewed the conversation when we're talking about some of the top teams right now, because they've just been beating top teams like they're
the only team to beat Optic is FaZe. That's it, right?
Yeah. No, it's kind of a crazy dynamic right now that we've got going on, even amongst the quote-unquote top 4, but breakdown. Before we get into it now, we hop right into the search and destroy. We'll see if Boston Breach can end this 0-9 skid in the qualifier, but I guess 0-12 stretch overall if you include the major. Desperately looking for some success here, and it looks like we're going to have maybe a retake scenario, but number 2 in Envoy, a chance to be the playmaker on the other side of it. He wins his gunfight, so this really makes the Breach setup have to turn its heads.
Well, but Priest is going to catch Kleenex on the bomb. And now behind the smoke, they're going to get aggressive, and I love that play, the retake from Snoopy and Pentagram. So behind Envoy's first blood, and honestly, like, that is what he does. I love sort of seeing him playing that lurk roaming role. It's what he was known for so long, just finding those openings in those first bloods, but his teammates get taken down when he rotates back.
Well, no, I think that's what you had to do there if you're Breach. Like, you're worried, is Envoy going to hit the flank? Is he going to wrap back? Like, apply pressure before he's able to make a play. And they did that. By the time he gets back, they'd already made some noise. They get the kills. They'll be able to get the defuse, but I mean, really, it's just Priest's kind of answer and then the ability to get aggressive while Envoy still out of the play. I mean, he knew where he was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Kleenex there, if he has a smoke, can get that bomb down. Just a nice angle. Maybe you can switch up that plant angle so he doesn't get caught from there. But I think he's just worried about middle of the map. So nobody looking over him. They were ready for that mid-take, but as soon as he dies planting that bomb, it was wide open for Breach to just use their numbers on that side of the map.
But a nice 3v4 win for a team that's been struggling, obviously, in the mode. So good stuff so far. Unfortunately, though, one round does not mean a search and destroy victory, so we'll need 5 more. And it's really just been they've had some great starts. They've been up a 4-0 in a surge. It's just been the ice late has been the problem.
Yeah, even on this map, I think they've had like a round 11. They've gone deep.
Yeah.
Like they're 0-2 on 6-star Ultra. This is their first time playing in a match. So again, a team working on their map pool in search and destroy for the major.
And so Anthony, I kind of said on the desk, like both searches, kind of them working on stuff where they've been struggling there as well. Now they get to work on a 4-on-4 retake and now a live atmosphere. We'll see if Boston Breach can hold. Some tags in and a first blood. Pentagram, Brisa, light it up, Scrap, Kleenex, bringing it back. 2 versus 2. 30 on the clock. Some nice damage into Kleenex there with the nade, so they know his position. They're going to send it behind that. Down to a 1 versus 1. Kleenex able to win it, and he's putting some extra love sauce there. The player's face, I believe. I don't know if I can say that on broadcast.
Well, I think he was just like working out. He was doing squats.
Yes.
Light day. He doesn't skip light day in Canada.
There you go, Joe. Thanks for being a consummate professional.
But your way works. But Ultra, nice retake there. And then into that 2-on-2. You know, you lose bomb site control, but you saw Snoopy loading the nade up, and they were just going to go. Because they could be on the defuse, trying to use that nade damage as an advantage to sprint on forward. They had it. But Kleenex, a nice reposition for the W.
So what? I mean, it's a 3v4 for Breach to start. I guess technically a 2v4 you'd say for Ultra, even though it was kind of chaotic there. But first 2 did go to Breach. You brought it back, but this time the Hammer of God's coming on forward. Ultras want to get aggressive. They send it. They fry Snoopy. And a whole lot of trouble just inside of a smoke. And, well, as a nade hits, his position's given up, and they fly like a flock of seagulls.
They sure do. And that's what you're going to see on this map, right? It's a lot of retakes, and on the opposite side, it's sort of, do you want to play for middle? Do you want to 4-stack one site? They opt for the 4-stack on defense. The problem is it was an A-hit for Toronto Ultra, and they just go. Fight fire with a lot more fire.
Yeah, no, that was a hit. That was a hit for sure. That one was done real quickly. Is Kleenex 4-1 now. 4 straight for him as well. Scrap and him have the team in the backpack right now. They have 8 of the 9 kills currently. Beans is back, but his search and destroy prowess not yet helping. He's looking for his first. We'll see if they can now make a play over towards B. They got 3 other players here looking for the opener. Great shots there from Priest. A Scrap nearly fried him.
I think that's a bit of an ego chow there from Scrap. He's just really your info guy. I mean, you'd love for him to get in some info. And his first shots are on the player inside of the pool, but then he's like ready for the next gunfight. It's just, again, your one job there is to get the info and play the 4-on-4, but it's Scrap.
It reminds me of, honestly, like poolside raid, like the one guy that would play back. Get the info, just don't die.
Yeah.
Like, and when you die, things fall apart very quickly. Like, there's some, listen, the map's not raid, but there's some similarities just in kind of how it's laid out. But that reminded me of that. Like, we used to always say, like, you can't die in that spot. Remember, like, Zenny would always die in that spot, then Toronto dropped him and they got good?
But yeah, no, he can't die there.
That is true, Joe. It was definitely an ego check. He came out like bunny hopping, like trying to fight it. Almost absolutely zapped one. We'll be tied up 2-2. Yeah, a little 2-2 split now for Toronto Ultra. Yeah, you've got all 4 just hitting it defensively over towards A. So the 2 players from Toronto trying to just get out with their lives. You've got a free site. One can't get out. Scrap maybe a chow he did need to take, because that's a 1 versus 3.
It's the same thing. Yeah, that sort of island player, your job, you have it. They have the B bomb site. I mean, you'd love for him to get one. If he gets one, it looks good. It's just that now you don't. Now it's a 4 versus 3. You put your team into a tough spot. The good thing is bomb is down, so time working against Boston Breach. Kleenex in a bit of an off angle. You would think a quick trade. There it is. And there is the swarm, the double from Snoopy. Envoy, though, gets behind enemy lines. He's going to have a chance here. Opts to just go for a gunfight, maybe get a freebie. not going to see it. That's the problem. And, well, there is the retake. And yeah, you weren't wrong. Just scrap. He's playing for one.
Yeah, he kind of sacrifices himself so Envoy can get out too, I guess.
No, you should just run.
Yeah, I mean, Envoy was able to, right? Like, we just didn't see what their POV looked like when the push came in. Like, if they got eyes on all three that were up front, like,
I mean, all it is you see the smokes, you see the trophies go down, and that's it. Like, that's the info that you need from the Ultra side. And, you know, his players are hitting pool. Like, all right, we don't see anything. We're going to start to hit this bomb. But a couple of rounds now where Scrap gets caught, and now it is a one-round lead here for Boston Breach.
Gets caught like old Young Bo's 10 toes, Joe. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't, but here we go. Boston Breach working over towards
all
A.
have 10 toes? Oh, yes, not all of us, but...
Honestly, I got no idea. Zenny texted me because I roasted him and then asked me to do that.
Okay.
But now, Bob will work it up towards A. Love you, Zenny. As they go to get this down, Nade's get a hit. Beans will drop. Plant won't go through. It was close, but Priest now he'll take his shot.
Yeah, no trophy. So double nades and a hit from mid. They are going to play for this. He should jump down to Snoopy, though. What kind of timing does he get middle of the map? Watch that number 5. Here we go. As Denny is up, able to find the first and the second, but his teammates drop, so 1-on-2. But he has the cruise now. He has the cruise. He could opt to use this if he wants to. Nade in hand. Oh, and the nade works past it, and he's going to get caught. So Snoopy not able to clutch on up, but again, that first blood leading to a round win.
Woo! To 3-3 we go. You'll have the cruise, as you mentioned. Snoopy popping off a little too much work to try and do there, but we'll see when maybe that comes to play as we get deeper into this surge.
Yeah, what was there, 20 seconds left? I'm a bit surprised he doesn't use the cruise, but...
I think when you call it right around that, yeah.
But maybe they just want to use it in a safer round. Doesn't want to risk it.
Honestly, with him on the heater, I kind of thought, well, I guess the fact he still had utility, maybe. He thinks maybe he can play with the nade if he's able to get a good hit on that.
Yeah, it just flew over.
Yeah.
It's a cannon for an arm.
A different story if he lands a good one, though, probably. All right, here we go. All four this time will play as a unit for Ultra on offense. No more 2-2 split. Maybe somebody getting caught. We'll see what they do behind this. But 8 for now. Open. Priesta is jamming out in the club.
Yeah, there's your info play from Priesta, just watching that cross. Now his teammates mid-stairs going to start to work over towards A. Bomb's not going to be planted. And Ultra going to opt to take this fight middle of the map, so they just get caught. You had the bomb site, but they're like, yeah, let's hit mid. Maybe we catch a timing. Instead, they got caught.
Insight now. 1 versus 4. He's had some wild search and destroy rounds. Some crazy clutches in his history as a player, but very tough spot now. 1 down, though. Chow's the next. Knew he had a tag or two. Thought maybe he could take it with a pistol. Not able to do it.
He's shooting well.
Yeah, he's shooting.
Up to 4 for Boston Breach.
Yeah.
Up to 4. Nice little rotation play there. They don't get caught by Ultra. Ultra's just trying to find that timing as they transition on through.
I mean, you're fortunate in some ways. Like, you know, you're playing some of Ultra's maps that aren't great. This is your chance to really capitalize, maybe get a search win, but nothing is really good for you right now when it comes to search. So even though Ultra's working on stuff, like, you're working on everything too if you're Breach, right? So didn't expect them to come in here and dominate, but look, tracking back to get bomb now. That'll be Priesta that'll pick it up.
All right, so he's going to use a cruise the way he's playing this, so he's going to call it in. What is he going to find behind this? His teammate's going to start to work over towards B, and he's going to hit inside. So nice first blood with the streak.
A beautiful view there from up top as the cruise comes in.
Now, Ultra want to go. They're trying to catch Snoopy on the flank quickly, and they will. So behind that, because the bomb wasn't already up towards B, bomb's not planted. The cruise turns into a 1-on-3, and these are the rounds we are talking about that have played Boston Breach. They use the cruise, they have all the info, and then Ultra just punch him in the face.
That was actually physically painful to watch. But almost like how I said that first round, it was like great to get aggressive after, you know, Amba got the first pick mid, and they had to be very decisive with it. Like, Snoopy calls a streak, they know he's towards spawn, right?
Yep.
So they just go at him. Now, the other side of it, Scrap just pieces him up. But, like, I like that. Like, isolate them quick. You know he's behind the rest of his squad. So great decision there from Ultra. But still, it's just, you got information, you got a kill, you got a first blood, you're leading in the search and destroy. We're creating new ways to lose rounds.
Yeah, just great reaction from Ultra. If they know bomb's not planted yet, like they're going to be working towards B. Let's catch them on that setup, and they did.
They did, yeah, they certainly did. Now, trying to go forward like the hammer again. As they'll get onto A, trophy out, bomb getting planted. Two people can attack this from mid.
Yeah, big trophy from Scrap there, saves him.
I mean, how often do we see where it gets down just a second too late?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're dancing in the smoke. Scrap can't hit the shots his teammates do, though. His teammates light up everybody as the POV for Scrap looked like a horror film. For the rest of them, though, they got the gunny, they got the lines of sight. It's all vibes and smiles now for Ultra. As the 4-3 lead for Breach, now a distant memory.
And this is just sort of mid-game adjustments, right? You're seeing it here live from Scrap. He switches it up to the rival, pulls out the trophy for Kleenex so they can get the bomb down, but then knows how have they retaken this bomb site time and time again. It's a smoke. If they want to play in these smokes, I'm going to pull out an extra rival and get Mixy.
Yeah, literally, he's basically chest bumping two players. Like, it looks so awkward there. Like, he just starts shooting at the ground, but like, he's at least able to call. There's people on me. Teammates got the line of sight. They'll be able to take it down. He's on 4 straight. After that massive round 8, he had just a couple rounds ago.
So there's some info here. They hit a stun over towards B. That slows this down, but now Envoy's going to hear so much. Trophy down, bomb being planted. They're going to try to... Oh, I thought maybe go as he was planting, but now you're waiting on Scrap and Kleenex on the opposite end.
Beans with an opening pick. Gonna get them to around 11. Sending it to forwards. Envoy snaps back. Oh, nearly a triple. But Snoopy able to win that fight. Now 30 seconds to go. Scrap gets another on 5 straight. Snoopy to 1 versus 2. The map hinges on him. He's 10-6. He peaks, he drops. It's an Ultra victory, and it's 0-10 in search and destroy for Boston Breach within this qualifier, and the total stretch now is out to 13 straight, which matches the worst I could think of in the short time Easy Mac and I talked. Like, you are in territory of some of the worst search and destroy stretches we have ever seen in Call of Duty esports.
Yeah, and again, it's just behind rounds like we saw in round 8. I mean, you go back and maybe say Snoopy should have used the cruise in that 1 versus 2. I think there was a chance there, but the cruise connects. It's just, again, what do we do after that? And Ultra they get the 2, right? Scrap finds that 2-piece, then they make those adjustments. And I think over towards that A site, attacking teams might, we saw it on like Invasion and whatnot, where you put a trophy to block a smoke retake. Might have to start being the play, just to stop that smoke from going down.
Well, I know there's a couple times, like, before I honestly realized that was happening, like, where I, like, looked at them, like, why are they playing like that? And you'd be like, because they ate the smoke. What do you do? Like, on the fly, you've got to make a major adjustment because your whole retake strat, your whole strat to cross a gap is gone, and suddenly everything you had thought's out the window.
There you see 10 from Snoopy, 10 from Scrap on the opposite side. First bloods, you have the most first bloods. If you are Boston Breach, a couple of rounds that have plagued them, do it again.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the searches. I mean, I don't have every one over this stretch sitting in front of me, but just the ones I can think that we've commentated.
A lot of
like,
6-5, 6-4.
Yes, it's been a lot of like really close search and destroy, and there's always like a round or two that you're like, ugh, that one hurt. Every one, it feels like deja vu.
No, I mean, I'm sure for this, like, listen, they're working on this, right? They're coaching. They know how important it is to win search. These loss streaks in game after game where this sort of stuff happens, it's tough, man. It really is. So.
Yeah, and I'd ask you, if you'd work through that, but it's so different nowadays. You didn't have the coaching staffs like we do now. The VOD prep, like you weren't sitting down with Ronaldo watching 3 hours of gameplay, were you?
Nope, wasn't happening.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for us. It's 0-2 hole for Boston Breach. We'll see if they can bring it back. Toronto Ultra looking to control this one and win 3-0. It's control up after this quick commercial break.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
The Cataclysm Pack is available now. This bundle includes the Cataclysm Operator Skin, Dystopia Weapon Blueprint, Iron Lung Charm, Vroom Animated Calling Card, Alpha Vinyl Guiding Light Emblem, and Scratch Tally Weapon Sticker. Use these items in both Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone. Available in store now using Call of Duty points.
Craziest play I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if anything will ever stack up to this play.
I mean, I can't believe he had time to reload for the first one. I mean, part of that at all. And the fact that Priesta accidentally mantles the Godheady.
Now, as hot as the game may seem, I know one thing that won't be that crazy, and that's the comms of Toronto Ultra.
We kill him? Calm as ever, Toronto Ultra. Now to the other side of the stage.
He's there, AC. Oh my god, top of the air. Perfect, top of RC. 8
seconds remain.
Nice, do your thing. $20 seconds.
Down here on me. Oh, where did he go, bro?
I'll be honest, the last thing I saw there on the CDL TV, I was about to take a nap. That felt like one of those, you know, you had like the fire like burning on your thing, and you take a little nap on the couch. Like,
yeah.
A little scenic route there. Like,
for a state, yeah. The only thing is that map sucks, so.
It sure does, but
yeah.
It'd probably be great to hang out there. I mean, hang out.
Yeah, no, it looks like a nice like vacation home.
Sure does, but to play Call of Duty.
Good to never see that one again.
Absolutely agreed there, Joe. But next map upcoming in this one, Ultra looking to close it out with the swiftness. As they are dialed in, a little search and destroy comeback. Nice win there in the map one. What are your thoughts going into the control?
I mean, this has been the go-to for Boston Breach. They're 4-1 here on control throughout the stage. Again, like their respawns have been solid throughout. Surge still struggling on the opposite side. Yeah, for Ultra, obviously 4-1 there as well throughout control throughout the stage. So trying to make this one of their strengths once again.
Well, as you said, Boston Breach, this is their best. This is your chance to get it deeper into the series. You got to get the victory here, and then who knows? You can win a hard point, get to a map 5, and then, oh God, we'll see.
You never know. Any given Friday, as you're going to start to work over towards B. Try to get this tick in before the push comes on through, but it looks like Priest and Beans both able to win their one-on-ones. Stop Ultra from retaking this B Street.
See what Beans is now able to do back in the lineup. He's going to have some tough gunfights ahead of him. We know how good Scrap can be on this map. He's put the team in the bag at times. He is a shooter, and when he gets set up, he wants to shoot. And as I say, it's exactly what happens. Able to take down 2. Hold on a defensive front here. Great tracking there from Snoopy, though, at close range. As the headshots come in, he's able to win that one with 2 HP.
Yeah, and this entire time, really, Priest is just 2-0. He's been holding the A Street, sort of playing that sort of accuracy role we have seen at times, where you just don't allow the defense to get to the A Humvee. So once your team is done at B, you can transition over to A, or if you get a couple of kills, you can start to work down over. The problem is they're not getting B, and now you're 5-0 for Kleenex, trying to find this cruise.
Well, it's a weird role over there on A. It's a game of patience.
No, it really is.
You'll be bored out of your mind sometimes, but then you give it up for a moment, and next thing you know, they found an opening onto A. But Inside's giving no openings. 2 HP and crisp headshots for him as he will shut down 2.
Huge win, though, for Beans. At least to stop that cruise from coming on through for Kleenex. So able to end that streak. Pentagram was able to work up the middle of the map. And over towards this A Street, they're going to hunt down Insight. So now it's where do you want to go here? You have 2 players over towards B, 2 towards A, and it looks like they're going to transition to B and at least get this point done.
Honestly, they were sending so many forces at Insight there with like 18 seconds left. I was like, they're really in trouble if they lose this fight on B, but they're able to win that fight and now get a minute put on.
Man, if Snoopy wins that, I think they go right to A because Priesthood was able to win another one. So you would have had 2 players quickly in pretty much a 4 dead scenario for Ultra.
Instead, that won't be the case for now. Kleenex will be right back to holding that A lane. They got a 2-man setup over towards B. They're trying to lock it in, but Snoopy's able to take down 1. It's going to fall to Envoy now. They're looking for his position. Position now giving up. He's trying to dance. Nice job taking out 1. Keeps moving and grooving in the 1v3. Envoy actually gets a second. Envoy gets a 3rd. He's in a 1v3 mid-map after his teammate dies and kills everybody.
I mean, huge plays on Envoy with the MCW. Snoopy saw him using the rival to try to just take control of a cafe, and if you get to the A point, you have a chance. So now that after Envoy goes down, all map control is over to Breacher on the A point, but it looks like Priesta does get taken down to Scrap takes down 2.
That was a hell of a play from Envoy, though, because like he saw 2 slide across, like shot too early, so they all turn on him, and I did not think that was going to turn into him, like getting 3 one-on-ones. I'll tell you that. Scary for a moment, but they come back off spawn. They're able to fry. You got 5 seconds left to work with. It looks like it's just going to be the 3 ticks for this round, and that will be the case.
Could have been better, could have been worse. I think for Boston Breach, there was a chance where they got trapped. You end up Kleenex with a cruise missile. Maybe it calls in round 1 just to not allow you to get all 3 ticks, and then you would have been put in a really tough spot for like a round 5 defense. But they're able to get out of that trap, get B, then had 1 opportunity on A.
No, I think that Beans gunfight, not only the streak, but that's like how they actually ultimately got out and got
to
B.
It opens up mid, right?
Yeah. If they didn't do that, then yeah, could have been a whole lot worse because there was 18 seconds or something on the clock. You were in a world of trouble, but a couple big gunfight wins, they're able to do it. Now we'll see what Toronto Ultra can do on offense. 1 lurking A side, that'll be Scrap. And I mean, I kind of love that because it's like it's a tough one-on-one win, and you might be able to get on A and just kind of turn heads. So who else would you rather have taking that fight than Scrap probably on this map?
Well, he's going to have that one-on-one. He's trying to find Beans. He's trying to find the angle. Maybe he's even counts his teammates. His teammates are fighting, and there we go. Now it's chaos all around the map. The last player alive is going to be Snoopy versus Insight. And, well, Breach off spawn. I love that back down from Snoopy to find an advantage. You run out of ammo, and it stops them from B. Now over towards A. Envoy is here with the rival. This could be big. He opts to pull it out after the respawn. There is a quick trade.
Nice win.
Oh, the Renetti headshot.
8 HP. Might be able to get the second tick here himself. It's so close to being done, and it did go through.
Yeah, it got through.
Okay, it did go through. I wasn't sure at first. But that was a perfect example of, like, we were talking about that A Street. Like, it's a one-on-one, bro. You win that, chaos ensues.
Yeah, and the good thing was at the same time, you traded out over towards B, so your teammates off spawn. It was just like a foot race. It's an equal foot race over towards A with Boston Breach. So they had numbers, and now you're done with B. You only need 1 tick. Well, you're not done with B quite yet. Now you are.
You have 2 minutes to get one tick. That's about one of the better scenarios we've ever seen on offense on Invasion.
Yeah, now, Boston, I think they're just going to have to get aggressive. You need mid-map control here. You have to set up your layers and try to put Ultra in a trap here.
I'd have to see that again from Beats POV too. Like, usually, like, you have to win a really tough fight to win that one-on-one. Like, Scrap was able to get really far up the street before he
Well, it's
spotted.
like he checked it and then he started shooting towards DVD side.
Yeah, well, there's a lesson in maybe keep an eye on the A straight.
Yeah, no.
Because you shouldn't be able to waltz up and get that. Like, and shoot him in the back. That shouldn't happen.
And just the way Scrap played, he must have just been like hiding behind something. Is now they're going to try to get this A point. You have Envoy all the way through. It's one player on it. Priest is going to have no idea. Hello? Now pressure on Breach.
Once again, the opener's there. Kleenex gets a triple, and the round is done. That was a convincing one. Woo!
Just right from the break, right from the get-go. We saw them set that up.
This was clean.
It props to Ultra just making enough chaos at B to allow Scrap to get onto the 8 point, and it just worked out well. And then, yeah, you get a pop-off play like that from Kleenex.
Yeah, it looked like he was a pub chasing red dots there, just like slide chow. Like, some of the players weak, but it was clean. It looked good there for Kleenex, and you get the round victory. As Boston Breach in trouble of getting 3-0'd here. Just a defensive hold between Ultra and a series victory as they get closer to their major. Just around the corner. Nice start, though, here for Boston Breach as Pentagram able to get 2 on offense early.
They're going to play around this map control. You're going to set up Snoopy behind Treehouse. Just trying to find a couple of players off spawn. Only one player on B. And again, Priest is just hanging out A street. Well, that's why. He's just going to watch this connector, give the count back to his teammates.
He's dancing. Able to get away. Second bit done. Snoopy still lurking, finding kills. And now you're just kind of setting up around this right now if you're Ultra. Doesn't look like they're going to attack this. They don't have the numbers, but they're going to set up around and try to catch them as they rotate off of this. You won the one-on-one on the other side, too, if you are Insight, which you did a great job of in the first defense. Pentagram wins his fight, but he's the lone person, so he's kind of just lurking until probably whoever spawns up deals with him.
Yeah, and the way Priest was playing it, right, watching that mid-cut, they just kind of knew we can't really retake B until we take him down. So that they just opted to really get into this A defense. They're like, let's just hunt down Priesta. Let's get into our setup.
And kind of, as I said there, Scrap's job to spawn up and sort of hunt down the player. He did a good job of that, so you dealt with your back line. They send everything at Inside again, and now you're trying to get out of this, but look how forward you are if you are Ultra. You have got the map, and this is the team we've been kind of wanting to see from Ultra, just dominating teams.
Yeah, Kleenex was pushed up Ice Cream, but he does get caught. You're just wasting a lot of time here.
Yeah.
And well, just sort of, as we said, setting up this layered defense middle of the map. Stun is going to connect. Every trade is good for Ultra. Why not give Insight one more?
Trying, not quite able to do it, but yeah, the trades have been there to the sense if anyone gets through, it's maybe one player, and they've dealt with that. But avoiding those like 3 down situations that can cost teams so badly. Gotta hold for another minute now. They are shooting. Envoy looking for more. Tags into Snoopy. He's dancing. Don't really dance too much. He's just been trying to throw a nade. I think his leg gets shot off there by Scrap.
We do finally get some B Street control right through the middle of the map, but
there's 40 seconds left.
Yeah, one player's gonna get caught. 2 players are gonna get caught. And now you have to slow down if you are Beans and Soupy. Wait for them to spawn on up. And I love this. The aggression from Ultra. They know, like, don't allow them to get a 4-man push. Let's try to keep them staggered and find those trades. They do just that. But Envoy's just like, I got this, boys.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Anytime they have won the fight, it's been with one player left. It's never been getting 3 straight. Scrap shooting bodies, Kleenex shooting bodies, filling them with lead and love as Ultra. It is a clean series victory, a team that looks poised to hopefully once again be a threat at their upcoming home major. But it has been all smiles and not a whole lot of respect for the Breach side.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Boston Breach, it's always tough when you know, obviously, Open Beans feels better, but you have a sub come in. They just made a new roster change. You're not winning searches. pressure's on. And then on the other side for Ultra, I think you take this, still some things to work on. Really just that search and destroy map pool for the major. But yeah, nice win there for them.
When you close your eyes and you picture Austin Lidicote, is he just like in a recliner, like cigar in his mouth, just puffing away, smiling?
Maybe, but he probably wants to be playing.
Yeah, I'm sure. But some part of him's got to be having a laugh with how this is currently going once he was booted from the camp. Look at the stats. And this 3-0 from Ultra. Not a lot of positives to write for Breach, whereas a lot of their series we've casted or covered, there's been bright spots. There has been, you just tell there's a glimmer. They could be a potential threat. You just didn't see that here.
No, and again, props to the Ultra boys kind of shutting it down. There were a couple of chances maybe in the hard point, but the subs were going off. Clinics drops a 30 bomb. The 6-star, again, their first time playing it in a match. They are down 3-4. They have that crazy round with the Cruise. They made some mid-round adjustments.
You're right. The 1 and 2 were closer. I guess I a little recency bias with how the map 3 played out because it was just so dominant.
But yeah, that's the control you want to see from Ultra. That's what they know.
It certainly is. But yeah, solid victory there from Ultra as we get ready to go deeper into the day. Just trying to see what teams look like as we get ready for the upcoming major. I know we're excited to get back to Toronto, but for Joe and I, that'll do it for the day. We hope you guys had some fun. Breach certainly did not. And now to break it down, we get to the desk. Chris, it's all you, baby.
We still got our West Coast fight to go. Excuse me. That's LA Thieves taking on Seattle to close out the night. But first, let's break down the East Coast battle. Boston will not make me dye my hair green. And you had faith in them today. Where'd they let you down?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much across the board. I mean, like, Clint and Joe talked about, though, there were opportunities in that hard point. I thought if they were able to reel in that P2, they had a massive opportunity in that map 1, but they weren't able to. Scrap makes some huge plays. And, that's sort of the story of these guys. In the crunch moments, they end up fumbling. And this has been happening time and time again.
Ali, on the other side, Toronto Ultra came in with the number 3 seed overall. They're looking to lock in a top 4 going into their home major. How'd they look today?
They look great. Honestly, for Toronto Ultra, this is probably the most ideal situation if you're an Ultra fan heading into your home major. The past 2 events, the home team hasn't been able to get anything rolling, and Toronto Ultra look to be following in suit with their search and destroy, but this is now 2 dubs that they have under their belt. They're expanding their map pool, and they're showing they're able to make in-game adjustments. So for Toronto Ultra, it's good looks across the board. I'm really impressed with Envoy today as well. Seems like maybe he might be getting back into the groove.
Oh, yeah.
Envoy was finding his groove. On the other side, Pentagram had a terrible game 1. 8 and 4 at about 2,500 damage. He goes on to lead Boston Breach in a game 3. Is this a weapon issue for the guy? Is he just more comfortable with an MCW than a Rival 9?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. There are so many situations where I know Pentagram can run either weapon, but there are so many situations on that map 1 Karachi. I'm like, brother, if you just had an AR, you would be winning this fight. Like, positionally, seems like he's just not always in the right spots. And there's so many rotations where Boston does everything correct, and then they just die at the most inopportune time. Like the junk kill. Perfect setup. Priestla just runs backwards and gets shot in the back on rotation. These little things that they have been able to figure out. It's a leadership issue, it feels like to me.
Leadership issue potentially in Boston. Ali, is there any leadership issues in Toronto?
No, not at all.
Well, here they are. It's your Monster Winner Spotlight. We've got Envoy joining us live. Envoy, Ali said it. I back her up. You look like you are back in the former form that we've seen from you. How do you feel coming into your home major?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I feel like I've been hitting a stride this last week of practice, and yeah, I mean, it's really paying off. I mean, obviously that was a great match out of the whole squad, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the major.
Absolutely, and we're going to get a little bit of a sneak peek as you have to play New York Subliners here soon, but not to get ahead of ourselves, you are newer onto the Toronto Ultra team. I wanted to know, as we head into the major, if there's anywhere you suggest we all go to eat.
Ooh, my teammates don't like this, but one of my favorite places when I came here to Toronto in the past was Tironi, so Tironi's a good Italian spot. Yeah, see, looking at me, doesn't like it, but that was my go-to spot when I first came here, but there's tons of places you can go around the town.
How do you screw up Italian food? What's going on there, Scrap? I need a breakdown.
Exactly, right? If it's Italian, it's good for me.
Yeah.
Envoy, I want to ask you, versus the top teams, you guys have had a little bit of struggles, after Major 1. And I remember a clip coming out where Scrap was like, man, these guys, they just play around one guy, just playmaking, this and that and the third. When teams sort of dropped strategy a little bit, it was giving you guys troubles. Have you guys had to change your approach towards Respawn a little bit throughout this stage, maybe feel more loose? Because we've seen you improve throughout these last couple matches, and Kleenex having one of his best stages.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the big thing for me, at least, is just like finding my own rhythm and pace in the game. I feel like sometimes over the course of my whole career, the last couple of years, like I just try to play at a pace that I can't play at. And I think it's just about slowing down for all of us and playing our game instead of trying to match other teams' paces or, you know, figure out what they're doing. So just play our game and work through the game plan.
I want you to give me as best of an answer to this as you can. Do you feel like the game is moving towards more structure as the year goes on, or more freedom, people with the ability to make plays in these respawns? Because we're seeing people go absolutely rogue. Some of these rotations is working out. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think, I mean, once you get like a full 4 dead on a hold, you can kind of do whatever you want in this game. And that's why you see like some of these like crazy clips come out, like the simp on the Karachi one where he's just flying a third, and there's just so much finesse potential. And I think that's just something that I've been trying to add to my game as well, is just finesse more, be a hard kill, buy a lot of time, and I mean, it just forces teams to rotate and give up full 60s. So
that was working.
I think that's the name of the game.
Final question for you, Envoy. It looked like today you guys were playing around with your maps and modes, getting ready for the LAN. Are you guys bringing your A game against New York? You're already guaranteed a top 4 or 5 seed, it looks like.
Yeah, bringing our A game versus absolutely everyone, but it's good to play another top 4 team and get a good rep. 2 matches right before our home major is probably the best case scenario, so I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Well, that matchup is coming up 4:30 on Sunday. We'll see you then.
See ya.
That's Envoy, that's Toronto Ultra with the first dub of the day, but we've got 2 fights tonight. When we come back, it is a battle of the West Coast squads. LA Thieves looking for their 5th win here in Major 3. Stay tuned, it's coming up next.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator, weapon blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
Enemy marked.
Nice. Hey, well played.
Mission is complete.
Yes.
Good work.
They're sticking to mid-map control. Vico trying to find it, but doesn't check for scrap inside a bending corner. He's able to take down 2.
Okay, this guy is just trying to get sassy with it now. 10 and 6, and you are seeing it here. Give him all 4. He is dialed.
From FaZe, it's a nade out of Arcites. Accuracy through the church alley, finding a few more. Stellium's on the other side. Pred gets the kill, and it's not over yet. It's all 4 down. It's 10 seconds. We've got 2 segments gone, and good God Almighty, we might be going all the way. FaZe flying in, and Seattle.
But early in our 7th circle here, there's still 30 teams left. You don't have any resources. Get to the zone if you can. Win your gunfight. Maze somehow sneaks through. You see a lone Nubu Spartan running around like a chicken with his head cut off. There are so many squads. This is unprecedented. Being able to see this from the Codcaster is so special. There's our first moving zone.
We're going to have some laughs during this match, Maven. I'm going to openly just ask, who will be the worst player we see in the All-Star game today?
The worst player from all of these teams? Oh, this is hard, man. It's the All-Stars. Oh, I got to think about this.
It's going to be Octane.
You think it's going to be Octane?
Yeah.
He was a beast, so he was number 2 overall S&D KD.
Yes, he has, but guess what? Octane's had one good event since like 2016.
I'm going with Nameless just because he can probably hear me right now. he's going to choke big time.
Welcome back. It's the final 3 days of qualifiers before we get to Toronto. And our caster, Miles, well, the reproducer is ready, Alley Cat.
This is so cute. Look at the dog. He's like, I want to be held like that. Where's my attention?
Miles belongs on a motorcycle. That is Wolverine on the West
Such a
Coast.
cool
But
guy.
tonight he is going to be cheering on his LA squad, I assume, against Seattle's Surge. Will we see Seattle bounce back after a tough loss, Nameless? They were a surprise beating to the hands of Heretics last week.
I mean, potentially went all the way, to the very end. They had opportunity there. Seattle have been unbelievable throughout this stage, man. Like the turnaround that they've had, I just want to say shout out to that roster for keeping their heads in the game and also management for making that decision still firmly in our top 8. But yeah, LA Thieves, man, they have been a force to be reckoned with. They could totally be undefeated right now. They win that game 5 against Minnesota, 5-0.
Yeah, and that's the overall season, right? So they're tied up in points, and with the win here, they could jump to that 6th spot over LAG, who has been hanging on throughout the entirety of this season. And Seattle Surge is looking to do it. When it comes to Monster Energy pregame, it's really just about cleaning up some of their map pools. Their control has been pretty solid, 2-0 on Invasion, and their number 1 attack and defense. But on Karachi, it's a completely different story. And even when we look at the Search and Destroys, it's taken a little bit of a dip on the side of Seattle. They're really bad at attacking right now, but nothing Love Bottom Review can't fix.
Yeah, for them, their hardpoint has been heating up. 5-3 in hardpoint, but 4-1 in their last 5 maps. 3rd in holding, 2nd in breaking. You got 4 players in hardpoint that are averaging 4,000 or more damage. It is a balanced team effort. Everybody is there. The role change when you talk about Brezzy, his performance, now you're seeing why they decided to pick him up. And the Search and Destroy has remained solid, sitting at 4-3. A lot due to this man right here. The energy he brings and his ability in S&D has given them an edge.
Without 04, you're less than 500. You're basically losing more matches than you win. On the other side, with them in the lineup, you're looking pretty good. Can they make it now 4-2 record with 04 in the lineup? You got faith in Surge today?
They might be able to. This will definitely be a really close matchup. From the side of LA Thieves, you're feeling a little bit comfortable, though, because even the last time these two teams matched up and Seattle was able to take the hard points, you're now looking at a new roster and a new kind of stretch of momentum for them. They're 5-0 in the map number 1, so that's going to be my main focus in this series. But beyond that, they're 6-3 in S&D in the last 30, 7-3 in hardpoint. Their only real pain point has been in that map number 3 in that control. But that's not what wins championships. So for the Monster Energy pregame, their hardpoint is going hard.
LA Thieves loves to go to a game 5. They did against Vegas, Miami, Carolina, but they got a game 4 win against Boston. Do they finish before that 5th game this time around, chat? Let us know. On attack, they've been pretty messy, especially on Invasion, 0-7. So that control swing game 3 might be the map to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a map that Thieves for so long in this game were dominant at. That Invasion control, teams were just caught up. And we know how Invasion can be. But now we have Karachi in this one. Yeah, they need to figure out either Karachi or high-rise control because LA Thieves firmly a top 5 team in my mind based on their performance so far. They're feeling comfortable with this map set as well.
I have to say, I love that we're starting on Vista. Didn't see it a lot last weekend. We get it to open up this best of 5. It's guaranteed to be there. Do we get to Rio? Do we get to Invasion, Alley Cat?
I think we definitely get to Rio. Do we get to Invasion? I don't know.
It's time to do our scuff pick'ems. Let's lock them in as Nameless is still within reach. Alley Cat, you're 2 back. Do you want to go first?
I'm 1 back, actually.
1 back?
I trolled him.
That's right. You picked Boston?
Yeah, I was going for the road.
I forgot about that already. All right, where are we going?
Oh, this is
time
really
to catch up.
I'm going to go with LA Thieves. They've had a stronger Search and Destroy.
Nameless?
I'm going with LA Thieves as well. I just think they're the better team.
Still haven't broken 100, but I'm
Gonna be
still
close, though.
ahead of the fans, baby. Let's go Seattle Surge. Why? Well, they got beat in the last matchup, and I think they might have thrown. It's time to kick off this party as we send it over to the bearded one. Miles, how's the baby?
He's great, to be honest, man. He's fantastic. He's not here right now. He won't be a part of today's TriCast, but he's doing real well. Thanks for asking, gang. Wow, what a split across the desk, Chance. We ready to rock and roll into Thieves taking on Surge?
Yes, I think this might be... No, I am very excited. As far as like the bottom 8 teams go, like this might be the most exciting matchup we could have. Both of these teams playing very well. They've already secured winners bracket like for the next tournament, and they are literally neck and neck, tied on CDL points. We talk about these matches all the time about how these are the ones that are must wins. It is for the tiebreaker scenarios that could come in, not just at majors, but for champs at the end of the year to make sure you lock in that sort of top 8 spot. So like these two teams are going to be getting after it in this series. I'm going to be excited because I know it's going to be some lightning fast Call of Duty as well.
Well, yeah, we're in for what should be, again, looking across the lobby, a lot of players who like to get up in your biz. Of course, we've seen Hook, who's been an absolute warrior for Seattle Surge, and Brezzy, who really found his form in recent weeks. Great time to do it. We've got the Toronto Major in a matter of days. We'll be hitting the road soon, getting up the country indeed, Chance. But 04, big time for him as well. His first major land around the corner. We'll see how he performs. Looking at Break City, though. This is the hard points, of course, map number 1 and 4 in our series. And break percentage pretty solid there. Chance for the Los Angeles Chiefs.
100% for both of these squads, right? At the getting up in your face and making the action happen as quickly as possible is any indication. Two of the best break teams we've had in the game so far throughout stage 3. And the maps that we're going to be playing as well, it is the new ones. It is the Breaknecks, the Vistas, and the Rios of the world. So SMG is going to have a grand old time on maps 1 and number 4. So maybe it'll be up to the ARs to just try to stave off the pressure. I mean, Ghosty is going to have to be dealing with a lot of Hook flying in his face. So maybe who can be a little bit more icy on the back end can be the difference maker.
That's a whole lot of Hook to deal with, man. Woo, that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, he's not in his chair, so no one's dealing with him. Right now, he's probably dealing with something else. We'll find out what he's dealing with. We asked the Seattle Surge, what is he dealing with, guys? Can you tweet us? Tweet us on the X.com platform. What is Hook doing? Where is Hook? Have you seen that man? LA Thieves, though, there at the bottom side of your screen. Another team with, mixed results, mixed success this season so far, Chance. Of course, the world champions in Vanguard. The team splits. We find ourselves with 4 fresh faces. A lot of fun so far. I think they're in a nice spot as well. Another team finding form in the road to the major. It's the right time to get good.
Absolutely. I will make the obvious joke. Hook probably dropping a nuke, but LA Thieves have been dropping nuke on the bottom 8 teams so far throughout this stage. It is sort of an interesting thing. Like the squad is 4-1. It has been a beautiful stage. The most points they've gotten in the online format pretty much the entire year. So they're sort of in that business, but they've also been playing all of the sort of lower tier teams, haven't breached anyone into the top 4 just yet. And Seattle's another one of those squads that's sort of in that mixy spot of like looking for your separation from the bottom squad. So I'm expecting to be competitive, but I mean, if LAT want to come out and make a statement, bump up the record of 5-1 and say, hey, when it comes to land time, we are just straight up better than these teams, and make sure you have that extra edge, this is absolutely the series to do it.
Well, yeah, and again, you brought up about earlier the point situation. I'm not sure if Hook's ready to rock and roll, but it'd be great if we could look once again at the standings, because it's an incredibly important series for both teams. Hook's still not there, look. What's he doing? He's drowning something out. Get back to that in a moment. But for now, yeah, again, both teams, incredibly important matchup. Looking towards champs, eyes on the prize. We're going to Dallas for that a little bit later on this year. Both these teams certainly want to make it. We're on the cusp, on the bubble, tied up. Who takes the lead after this series? Well, it's one of these teams. But that's the overall standings. There we go. All square, aside from the win-loss record chance. That is definitely something the Thieves got to be feeling a little better about.
100%. And again, it's just, 3 teams tied up at 100 points. You get that separation. Carolina literally just 5 points behind you. Miami Heretics win 1 single series, and we're going to have like a near 5-way tie. LAG, right? Like, it is so ridiculously dicey in this spot. And again, tiebreaker scenarios and everything that can come into effect. You need this separation. But Hook, whatever he got rid of, he is currently restoring his body. And we have such a wide variety of like cups and mugs that get used. I think Hook, that might have been the most polite looking, like, espresso type cup that I've seen.
Yeah, we got Brezzy rocking the official Monster water bottles. We've got, I mean, all, you name it, all kinds of liquid carrying receptacles here in the CDL, baby.
Nero has a jug that's bigger than his head. It's insane.
That is actually insane. If we could pull up a graphic of that, of the biggest jugs in the CDL. Wow, that came out wrong. Let's get into the game. Seattle Surge. We're almost ready to party, and so is Hook. It's game time, baby. He is locked. My favorite moment in CDL history, I think, is when Hook came out. I forget which event it was. It might have been the New York. Man, he was locked.
No. This was Minnesota. This was the grand finals. Yes, 100%. And they won that, by the way, because how could you not?
Ridiculously locked Hook has ever been. Major 2 of the Vanguard season, the nuke. Either way, we look forward now to what should be a very fun Vista hardpoint. Here we go. Surge taking on Thieves.
Hook really has had like a sort of transformational career. Like he's like altered himself in his mind state like over times, and hard not to be a fan of him. Certainly one of the nicest kids in the league, or nicest adults. Everyone grows up so fast, just like Seattle grew their way towards this hill. Not a good joke, but it is a good time. Abuza kicking off things with 3, and well, they got all their cuts covered. Unfortunately, no trophy is going to make your life a living hell, but Abuza able to get one in, so Seattle in a decent spot.
Hey, no joke about it, mate. They're in. Brezzy, wonderful lap he does. And that is a nice one pump into the feed. Gets himself 2. Ghosty stops the bleeding for now. 200k applied. Thieves looking to get back into this. But a nice start there from Seattle Surge. Good pace, good kills, trophies, you name it. Everything was there. Contest 04 down. Nasty and Joe Deceives. They clean house.
Yeah, Joe Deceives found the perfect timing on the flank, knew where everybody was coming off spawn, and he just picks up the freest 3-piece he's ever going to collect. And I mean, that was just about the cutoff kills. There's the next one. Easy reads on Brezzy, and Joe Deceives know how the map is going to play out. Seems like before Seattle's going to. There's a cruise missile. His third life has been nothing but class, but as we switch off, it's because Ghosty collecting the hill time, trying to collect a couple skulls as well.
Kremp right on it. Picks up where Ghosty left off. Lead change until the contest is done. Nasty wins his. So good looks here across the minimap. As the LA Thieves boys doing what they can to keep the hard point theirs. Krem's got a big play ahead of him. Finds 1 of 2. Abuza's holding it down. Just keeping the boys at bay, and that is going to be time still going the way of the Thieves. Nasty, smooth strafe there from Brezzy. There with the Renetti. Gets his 20+ seconds to go, and Serge, you've got it.
Yeah, Reggie has been shooting as of recent.
What?
Major 3 qualifiers has been good to him, and Ghosty is evaporating people. Or maybe that's the responsibility of Kremp's bullets, but either way, final 10 seconds, LA Thieves, they are going to storm it and take it, and more importantly, stay on top of the rotation. Might have been a mixy P2, but at least the Thieves do a decent job again, never giving away the spawns, trying to keep things contained, but here comes the onslaught of pressure. Nasty going to get traded out, and Kremp, well, food for fodder. Seattle Surge playing bully ball, and LA Thieves desperate to try to get that response.
Well, it's not necessarily the ball in their court just yet, but the trophy's certainly going to help keep any airborne projectiles away.
Oh my
Brezzy, 2 in the feed. Abuza picks up his. All down, Thieves.
Yeah, now you got what? Hook maybe trying to hunt down the last player. They lost track. Did not count names. Nasty able to find a hiding spot, and now Nasty might be able to make the play. So his team's hitting through the front. 2 players on hill are never going to pay attention to it, and Seattle did everything right on this hill except count to 4.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Whose job was that? Kremp opens up the back, looking towards new hardpoint. LA Thieves with a great bit of time now, great rotation as well. Can Nasty stay alive? Another set of kills there from Seattle Surge. Chance, they're looking lethal here so far in Vista.
Yeah, neither they skipped counting to 4 or a player got a weird spawn and I lost track on the minimap. But either way, mixy moment that Surge have at least stabilized. Still a very strong hill form overall because they ended up getting the back spawns right back. So one small mishap, everything else has been golden. Maybe a difficult spot for Brezzy to collect the time though. He does not have reinforcements, so he's doing the smart thing, trying to play his life. The LA Thieves, well, they are gonna hunt him down. Nice Semtex is coming in through the windows, and for Brezzy, nowhere to go. LA Thieves, the right hill in the right moment to get back in the time.
You saw the way the boys hit that hard point. Problem was you committed 2 players to the inside. You don't have guns up at the ready, so now you find yourself in a situation where Surge right back at it. Ghosty, he does it as well. Flying forward, Abuza. Oh, what a 2. That's going to be his hard point for a brief moment. Nice work from Nasty. Non-stop here on Vista. Insane pace by both teams. And good shots out at Kremp as well. Another contest. This hard point is a mess.
Yeah, but like Seattle willing to just full send and absolutely battle for that scrap time. So they're going to have a nearly 50-point lead going into this new time, but they're going to get cut down along the way. So LA Thieves do get the pure setup. 3 players around. You get the head glitches on the bridge, an opportunity to run things up and get right back in the game.
Ghosty, wow, nice work. Not going to get anything out of that life. Somehow, Brezzy gets Kremp as well over to Nasty, who finds his 3 spree. Hard point time ticking away. LA Thieves right back in the game, and this is the hard point to do it. Joe Deceives push the front line forward. Should go 4 as well. He does. That's going to be great work again, as this hard point on the bridge has been nothing but good looks from Thieves.
It was beautiful. I mean, even like when the attacks are like raining on them, they're still able to just funnel them through the front side. And maybe the one moment where a flank coming through where things get a little bit mixy, maybe 04 can jump over and try to make the play, but nope, he gets traded out as well. This is going to be a nearly perfect full 60 for LA Thieves. And again, that early rotation where Surge wanted to battle for the scrap time at the old hill, well, maybe going to punish them. And now, even on the rotation towards the new time, LA Thieves ahead of the game. They're here again.
Yeah, well, this is a great story to be told here for the first set. Both teams neck and neck. A late finish change there from the LA Thieves. Now they've got themselves P1. Not going to hold on to it for too much longer. Joe Deceives, the spree comes to a close. Streak was used as well. Not too much mad of it, but your boy Hook dropping a couple of bombs in and out again.
Yeah, this guy's a menace. That's a 5 spree in a moment where I thought he should have died maybe 3 different times. And you and LA Thieves get the early rotation towards P1, had a nice little setup, and Surge just break it down. So Surge, they'll make things difficult on themselves occasionally, but by God, they have this skill to bail themselves out. And Hook, I mean, one more kill, get a cruise missile. It'd be the second one we've seen in this game. It was Joe Deceives early on, and well, now it is simply Hook's turn. Finally, he falls and LA Thieves get the break, but that's all just for maybe 15 seconds.
Bad whatsoever. Is it enough? All this time, we'll get you right back in the game once again, LA Thieves. We are close as you like. P2 wide open. Nobody there yet. Joe Deceives going to be close, but bad news. Brezzy spawns right behind you. Luke's going to be able to call in some information, soften up the hard point. A couple of players, no way they're going to be close enough. They should disperse and stop this from hitting too hard. Nice work, though, from the rest of the players on Surge. You've pinned the Thieves in the point.
Yeah, kind of surprised Joe Deceives jumped out at Top Burger to eat that, but either way, someone had to make the sacrifice, and, well, now you go to the 50-50 battle. If the Cruise lands on it, there's not going to be any trophies nearby just yet, so the nades gonna rain on top of you, but just like Hook is, Surge get the clearance, so effective use of the Cruise missile. They get the time, and they got the left side spawns. This is Surge's best opportunity to really try to run away with this game.
Can they run it up against the Thieves? Word to the nub. Brezzy finds his 1. That's good enough for now. Trades are done. It's going to be Surge once again on the point. Spawns are way out there from the LA Thieves. This is a decent amount of time here for Seattle Surge. They're starting to heat up, Chance. Let's go for a quick listen in with the boys in teal.
Yeah, go on, He's on time. He was winning speed, guys. Nice, he was on time, guys. Backstab, he's down here. Bottom stairs. Nice. Backstab. Default, nice. I'm on time. Go bottom. I need my phone. One's on me cap. On my back. I'm watching my back, okay, guys? I need him. Yo, I have your box. Okay. Yo, watch out, box. I'm Ivy. I'm behind. Off far. I'm pushed out. I have low. Okay. Pushed out. Okay. Pick up in the back. I'm on time. They didn't have time. Hit him mid, guys. Yeah, he's fine. Ivy dead. Nice. That's forward. Joe, watch out. Cap. I want him cap. Yo, Kenny, one bridge. Go bottom. One bridge, one bottom. 2 mid, guys. 2 mid. You're there. They're going bottom. Hold. There's 2 in the back. Nothing low. Nothing low. Hold. Wait, one shot. P1. I'm moving back. P1, nice. They're already in the back. Pillar, guys. To the back. He's watch out, Cramp, short. Nice. Nice. On the back. Flood this. I'm needing time. Okay. Just turn outside someone. Dead. One time. We're missing one, guys. Nice. That's for. Hold time. Go see the first guy. Okay? They're gonna be 2. I'm in cap. Yeah, they can only go burger. Okay. Nice. I'll be right. I'm gonna one on time.
It is a next level slamming, Chance, making a slam wedge out of the Thieves. Yum.
Yeah, playing against Surge and Hardpoint has to just truly be an experience. These guys are insane. That's another 4-man wipe in every single player on a streak, including 0-4 getting to call one in. Just the stamp on the game, the boom of Nasty and Krempin. Well, the food for fodder, Abuza. 3 minutes nearly in the hill in so many kills. Surge looking dominant there in map number 1.
What a map 1. I'm okay, Desk. Who's sweating? Who's a little nervous with their big picks? Oh, the Thieves are so good. The Thieves are the best team. Oh, Seattle Surge.
Okay.
Good God, what a start that was. Sorry, is that what? I think that's what they all sound like. I can't remember. What an opener that was to our series.
As one of the best nameless impersonations I think I've heard. Zinni certainly has a run for his money. But this box score, it just cracks me up. You have Abuza, again, nearly 3 minutes in the hill, but he was still nearly as engaged as 0-4 and Hook, and those are like your pace setters. So that means Surge almost have a style where it's not like they're like getting those super pushed out hills, a ton of cutoff kills where the guys like in hill just bored, there's nothing to do. No, it is constant chaos. You have to be turned to be in a lobby with these guys. And like we all know, Hook might be the fastest player in Call of Duty history. The guy plays at a lightning speed. If there's someone for him to kill on the map, he's going to be challenging. 0-4 has actually been matching his pace, if not more so, in every single game mode. So somehow the new rookie AR player from Surge might be faster than Hook. And like that's it. Like again, the concept of playing against Surge and Hardpoint, it just sounds like hell because it is so fast, so constant. And if their teamwork is on point, I mean, these guys could be nearly unstoppable. It does not look fun,
especially on a map like Vista, which again we've equated to the mix fest, the blendage, the absolute pandemonium space. So it could just been a perfect play at the right time. You know exactly what this squad needed. The true recipe for success. I'm sure everyone's feeling great after that one. Search and Destroyer is on its way, but again, looking at the highlights, a lot of Rival 9 love. 3 separate cruise missile uses there from Seattle Surge. It was their map. I think from the halfway mark, Chance, I mean, once the Thieves got to 150, absolutely pumped the brakes. Nothing they could do whatsoever. The game flow, that is a flat line. From 35 to 150, P1 to P4, good night, LA.
Yeah, absolutely electric. I mean, I think Surge can even go back and rewatch this and be like, okay, we gave away a full 60 on the first P5. Like, we got out rotated and no one was able to sort of take that route and like make things interesting. So maybe like small little tweaks here and there, but ultimately, yeah, Surge just completely dominant. And again, the pace they're setting is incredible. And make no mistake, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm not saying like best hardpoint team in the game. No, the top squads, I'm assuming, can contain the chaos. I'm just saying a very different style of hardpoint that Surge are able to bring to the table that, again, making those type of adjustments in game, not an easy feat. But if the pace was incredibly quick on Vista, well, let's introduce ourselves to Karachi S&D. It will absolutely slow down. Or maybe 0-4 and Hook will have different ideas and they'll keep flying.
I was going to say, maybe it doesn't. Maybe things go wild. I mean, we've seen plenty of Karachi in the season so far. This one could be very, very different. I think Seattle Surge came into this series high expectations of both teams, good form. Not like that, though. Thieves cut to pieces in our opening hardpoint. Put that in the back of their minds. Get rid of that because the Karachi's coming up in a mo. I don't know where we go with this one, man. I really do think this could be Seattle's turnaround moment. Or is this the Thieves making this a Game 4, Game 5 series? We'll find out in a mo, but that was a blinding hard point. I'm looking forward to rewatching that a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be a good one, but I know this is very much a map where you have to make sure you contain the threats of 0-4 and Hook, because we haven't seen a ton of them on Karachi, or at least not 0-4, but he has been very vocal about how, like, in the CDL, there's not as many playmakers in Search and Destroy, and it's almost like a willingness to try to find and seize those moments. But obviously the Thieves will be a pretty difficult team to do it against. Post plants on point. They get the plant off an incredible amount. I mentioned it before, Joe Deceives, like even prior to him getting benched on the squad, had some of the best like objective stats in the game across the board, which in Search and Destroy is just getting the bomb down. So you can see he's doing it a little bit quicker than Seattle, and he's doing it a little more often as well. Of course, though, you know when the bomb's going to be going down if you're LA Thieves planning it. Hook might be flanking you. He could be in your spawn at any given moment. 0-4 might be right there joining him. So a map that typically Surge has been struggling on the entire year. I think we might get a bit of a different look here.
Yeah. Well, again, we've got some trends to look for here. Hook, the bomb carrier. We'll see if that pace that they set in the opening map, that electrifying gameplay, continues here. 2-2 split right off the rip here from Surge. Dodge the nades. Not going to see too much here. Lovely job there from the observers. You see Nasty already might not have taken damage, but he's been pushed right back on that street. Strong line down the middle of the map now from the Thieves. 04 bangs it open. First blood.
Him and Hook ran down mid, and again, playmakers, and they are not willing to play slow. And if you think you're going to chase 04 down, yeah, Hook and 04 absolutely picking you apart. Thank you. I love when you call something out as a commentator and the players deliver immediately. Shout out 04 for that one.
Shout out. Oh, what a cut down. Seattle Surge. That was very, very clean indeed. Hook, once again, wherever he's drinking, I'd like some of that because you are shooting fantastically nice, son. 04 cleans up 3 in the first round.
And it's a very simple play too. Like run down the middle of the map, you stun check barrels, nobody there. Okay, cool. We have the space going. Take it, throw his shoulder. Don't see anything. I think maybe Breggy from top third might have spotted the player's sandbag. So you just get right in the mix and go for the kill. 04 again. He's going to be playing with confidence, and if you're not on point, he is going to punish you.
Against, you know, that trick surely doesn't work twice, especially against a team like the Thieves. Stacking up here from Surge, dodging nades. A little bit of damage to Kremp as well. So will you push the advantage you've got right now, Seattle? You got damage. Oh, the guns are up at the ready. They want the fight, and they are winning it. Thieves, no answer.
Yeah, no, nades and tax completely on point in this moment. And Nasty, I mean, you might even just have to go and chase that kill. And if it's not Hook that's going to be behind you in your spawn, well, 04 is here too. And that dynamic duo applying pace. And poor Ghosty, 1v4, and they are flying at you. They are chowing. They are not giving you a single moment to breathe.
Wow, okay, that's good. And it's looking pretty calm. Not a whole lot being said here from Surge. Executing to the game plan that's clearly very well rehearsed. Playing their advantages, winning their opening battles. Brezzy, I think the community dubbed him the French John Wick after his interview last week. So far, that dog is alive and well, but he's still playing fine.
Yeah, so I don't hate that. I live with that.
Yep.
He's got the hair for it, certainly. So
he's got great hair. I think CDO does well.
Got his feet up, yeah.
Well, feet up is something the LA Thieves can't afford to have right now. There's 3 players without a kill yet. Ghosty, the only one involved, but even then, he's been left in these tough situations alone. Jonas Thieves gets on the board. Nice naughty angle there to deal with 04. Brezzy with immediate bomb pickup. It wasn't Hook running it this time round. So I wonder if the Thieves have taken that into consideration.
Gotta say, that's one of the rattier spots I've seen played to maybe just top red and go ahead and pre-aim in the first 10 seconds of your round. And it's, you're playing against Surge, so it works, is the funnier thing. But that's one rogue player, Hook, rogue player number 2, that you have to be very delicate to contain. Kremp might be able to spot him, but no tags coming through, so Hook found the timing. Just gotta find that kill, and there it is. We got a 3v3.
He does a really good job of staying undetected. Strikes when the timing's right. Kremp wins a big one, but Hook's still on the run. Oh, gets another. Here we go. Hook, this is for the ace. You got 25 seconds to try to recover the bomb as well. That's where Kremp is waiting.
Big problem here as well. He hasn't seen Joe Deceives. He was last spotted top red, but that was literally a minute and 15 seconds ago. And now Joe Deceives has the shoulders, calls out to Kremp what to do. And Joe Deceives making the adjustment. Nice first blood and there for the help towards the end. And same thing with Nasty and Kremp. I think Kremp might have been dead to rights on back bridge. Abuza had him tagged up one shot, but Nasty there for the coverage. So on point on that defensive round. And again, if you can just stop that sort of initial play and then focus on the mid-round adjustments, still not going to be an easy feat, but certainly the way to go.
It's one of those things, though, stylistically. You're the boys of the LA Thieves. Joe's like, all right, it's Hook. And maybe Ghosty pass the info out. Everyone just pauses, pump the brakes. You know he's running out of time. You know he's coming to you. Just let him make that mistake. Or not even make the mistake, but just have to expose himself. Good work from the Thieves. Heads up played and win the round. Can they do it again now? On offense, we're moving towards A real quick.
And that'll be a free bomb plant and a nice first blood. I mean, Surge right now, they have plenty of pressure towards the middle of the map, but they left that site nearly wide open. And, well, there's the dynamic duo making plays again. Hook and 04 flying together, trying to clutch this 3v4.
The gruesome twosome looking for their second kill here in the round. Can they get it together? Nasty in a corner. Posted up. Here they go. Whoa, boy! 04 gets it. Ghosty can't get the pair. 04 shooting bodies. The round is done. My goodness, he says no thank you, boys. They smash through.
Yeah, it's a nice little bag as well. Man, I wonder what the experience of like is 04, because he has had one of the fastest rises through like the amateur scene, or like the S&D scene, then to challengers, then to the pro league, and now he gets to play with someone like Hook. This guy might be in heaven of like, you're a playmaker and you get to play with the like almost ultimate playmaker as well in S&D. And man, that if you want to be aggressive, because that's a 3v4 retake with bomb down, and they got it done in what, like 25 seconds. There was no time or energy wasted. That is someone's making the call and you just execute. Whew.
So what we got in the bag for Seattle Surge, attacking round 6-1 for 04. For those who can't see those little numbers, makes it nearly a 7, but it is these two again. The chemistry right now is so good. This ain't the first date. Like, they've been doing this a while now.
I'll bet the candlelit dinners at this point for these two.
Oh no, Joe, run, Joe, get out of there, man. You know who's coming. Sorry, back to your candlelit dinners.
No, you're fine. This is better. As nasty again, you just feel like you're in chaos, because meanwhile you're dealing with the insanity of Hook 04, and Abuza's just posted chilling somewhere on the map feeding this intel. LA Thieves, all of these arrows are just spinning in circles. Maybe Joe Deceive spins the right direction, got the jump on Hook and able to drop him, but this will be bombed down. Man advantage here for the retake for LA Thieves. Still not an easy thing to get done.
Yeah, it's not over yet. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Kremp, couple of tags, doubles back, 30 on the clock. Joe Deceive's now moving forward. You've got Abuza on that top plat. Shots. Will he be able to get the kill? No, Kremp's there for it. Abuza, last man, 20 seconds.
Yeah, shout out Joe Deceives. Might be the guy that just wins you this round, or maybe Abuza can get away. 15 seconds left, but no time wasted there by Nasty. Not enough ammo in the clip for Abuza. And Joe Deceives continues to be sort of that like S&D adjustment maker right now from LA. 04 back coop. Joe Deceives making sure you at least back you down. Because if he loses that gunfight, Seattle Surge absolutely end up clutching that round. So making amends. But just to backtrack for a second, like I think the typical experience for most of these teams playing against Surge all year is like, all right, figure out where Hook is. If we like contain him, we're all good. But even then, Hook can take over. And some of those times it'd be in those sort of solo moments. Well, now he's got a new best friend frolicking through Karachi, running it down.
I love this. What a bromance. The Seattle bromance. It has been working out so far. It's a single round advantage, but I mean, anything can change. Another defensive round here from Surge. Nades, wait for it. LA Thieves, good patience. Stun tells you, yeah, we may not have hit with the frags, but the concussion, yes. Trophies down as well for Surge. A nice spot to be in defensively. 04 just waiting for the go button.
Yeah, he's also got the SMG up there as well. So if anybody wants to hop top 3 and chow him, he's probably going to have the better gunfight for the job. So this is patience. This is Seattle Surge dominating the space on the map. And as long as your comms are good, you should be on point. Maybe Bregi and Kremp could square up for a first blood on the opposite side. But LA Thieves, if they think about getting this bomb down, they're throwing smokes and trying to move. I'm going to say they're going to be trapped. Joe Deceives already falls for the first blood, and it is just too good a coverage for Surge. And that is a breakdown of a round. Kremp, by the time, well, he gets here, just in a 1v4. And that is kind of interesting for LA Thieves. We heard the smoke come out before Kremp ever established position on the map, but I mean, LA Thieves try to make that play with seemingly zero intel, because I mean, we saw 04. He was just chilling top third the entire time. Easy defensive round.
Again, playing very, very differently to the hyper-aggressive rounds we've seen. Seattle with nice, different looks. That's a bad thing for the Thieves. They keep you guessing. Thieves unable to really make anything happen there. And you weren't wrong, man. The first blood and the second, real fast, leaves you with nearly no choice. Absolutely trapped in. Brezi, bomb in hand. Very different to what we've been seeing statistically. Hook was the carrier, of course, from our lovely pregame stats. This time round, 04. He's in. Hook's there for it. The dynamic duo can't get a pair. Kremp and Ghosty put and bed the shenanigans of those two.
Yeah, still though, Kremp, a little bit of pressure on him in this moment. And Abuza, yeah, very aware. They know he's back here, and while Kremp able to give you one, and yeah, Kremp able to give you two. And that's just a good call on defensive end of where you stack, right? Because Joe Deceives, you saw the tax and whatnot raining out when he's in vending, but he at least gets traded because Kremp is there for some help. So nice stack on the defensive end, and LA Thieves keeping things afloat. Still a good bit of fighting, though, they're going to have to do.
Nice bit of back and forth. Whoa, it's a stressful game, Search and Destroy. These two teams have got very, very fun attacking rounds in both their sides. Here we go again. This time round, Thieves. Can they keep riding the momentum of that defense? Can they get an O win to tie things up 4-4? Stock standard, same looks. They're going to wait out the concussions this time as well.
And nobody got hit by attack, so Surge technically don't have any intel on this, so it's a 2-2 split, so you might be able to bully your way through B this time with the smoke strat. But Joe Deceives has a stun, not a smoke, so maybe a slight adjustment being made.
It's going to land, nobody home. Is that enough for him to commit? See Ghosty checking the window as well. No intel right now for the Thieves. Not a single piece.
There's a smoke, there's the trophy, and yeah, I'd be terrified too. Hook last time just appeared at the smoke and got the first blood. But meanwhile, you throw the smoke and you try to make like a sneaky play. Hook's already hunting you down, and he catches you as well. You try to play 200 IQ, and you get picked apart. 0-4 in the feed as well. Nasty gonna get that trade, but a 3v2 for Surge, and they are still schmoving.
Oh, Nasty wins a big one. Ghosty, can he get two as well? What a round! Thieves find the equalizer.
There you go. Again, you are dealing with players that are running you down. That's how you're going to have to play. Play a little ratty, be in the better spot, and wait for them to come to you. So that is absolutely a mistake being made by Surge in that moment, but Ghosty still forced to deliver. This is sort of like a pressure makes diamond sort of situation, I think, where like Surge, they are going to force you to play well. And they're going to make sure that you're going to have to make these decisions quickly. So maybe a mistake in that round, blowing the man advantage, tie things up 4-4. LA Thieves on defense as well. Absolutely can take the lead here.
Here comes Kremp. Stun check. Connects. You're in a great spot here. Hook somehow not getting hit by that Semtex. Surge are committing to the B side of the map. Only Abuza watching the flank for now. Again, not a lot of info. Awkward gunfights, here they come.
Wait for the smoke, too. It's about to turn into chaos. It's Nasty watching over, but Kremp, no more help in this one, but why would you need help? Actually, never mind. Nasty gives it to you, and that is a perfect round from LA Thieves. Easy defensive setup. Surge had nothing to offer him in that moment. And that is LA Thieves, just a cakewalk on defense. Oh, Nasty was low this entire time. Maybe that's how he had to help through the smoke grenade.
That was a nice round. Krem finds himself one. Nasty with a lovely bit of coverage on the back line. Abuza in the transition toast. A fantastic bit of work there. Thieves got to be feeling great. Krem nearly gets the lineup there. Nasty's final bullet does technically take the kill, but either way, a beautiful look there from the Thieves. Nasty on a 4 spree now. Ghosty on a 3 and Kremp on a 2. Map point Thieves.
And all that gas for Surge's plays, maybe they get costed in this moment. Joe Deceives might be squaring off with Hook here for a first blood. It's actually 0-4 that's there, but it's Hook looking for the trade, but Ghosty's got the coverage, so Joe Deceives might be able to get out with his life, and there you go. Man advantage, A, wide open.
Yeah, the A bomb site is all yours, Thieves. Will you plant it? Joe Deceives, second on the round. Brezzy out. This is a tough look for a Hook and Abuza. They've grouped up, and they're running this one together. Can they trade their way to success? They don't have a lot of lives to work with. Check this corner. Check this mound of dirt. Not going to happen. The Thieves clean them both up before they can even get near the site. Beautiful work there in the search. Tied up 1-1.
Yeah, big wins, and I think LA Thieves had sort of every sort of different piece they needed to operate to get that map win. They did. Joe Deceives making nice adjustments, playing some pretty spots. Kremp and Nasty making some big plays on the defensive end. I think Kremp had a few of them at both sites as well, but I think maybe the most important round is where, I mean, you had LA Thieves trying to run the bomb, rotate over towards A. Who catches the first blood, but then that go button does not cease, and well, Ghosty picks you apart, kills Abuza, kills Hook, and disrupts that man advantage. So maybe evened up relatively so on the first blood front. Certainly Hook setting pace, but they contained it. You deal with the threats, you get a 6-4 dub. LA Thieves tying this series up. I told you, Miles, we're going to have a battle in this one.
We're having the battle. We're definitely having that battle. Staying on Karachi for our map number 3 as well, boys and girls. That's going to be Control on the other side of the break. But hey, that was a fun search and destroy. Both teams looking fantastic. LA Thieves, strong defensive rounds. And boys got the good D. And the offensive attacks there from Surge, creative and blistering at pace times, but not enough to get it done. LA bounced back. Karachi Control on its way. I'm really looking forward to the Rio, because if Vista was anything to go off of, this is going to be an absolute banger. Invasion S&E for Game 5, if we do get to go there. But for now, Karachi and Rio, they are absolutely in the pipeline. We're almost ready to get into those, folks, but we're going to take a quick break in a mo. Look at that, though, Chance. Back-to-back rounds, 4 in a row there to close out for LA Thieves. It took a while to get them going. It took a while to download the sort of strats, but once they found it, no looking back.
And it's also a ton of rounds being decided in the kills column as well, so these guys will be absolutely getting after it. And the Karachi Control, another map that's going to be a little bit crazy. Seattle on Karachi. Well, we can name some better duos.
We love a bit of crazy here in the CDL. Well, this duo is going to go for a quick commercial break, and you should get yourself a beverage, something to eat, because when we come back, play Control on Karachi. Don't go too far, boys and girls. This is the CDL.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
The Cataclysm Pack is available now. This bundle includes the Cataclysm Operator Skin, Dystopia Weapon Blueprint, Iron Lung Charm, Broom Animated Calling Card, Alpha Vinyl Guiding Light Emblem, and Scratch Tally Weapon Sticker. Use these items in both Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Warzone. Available in store now using Call of Duty points.
He's looking to bring balance with his cruise missile, folks. Geo, my God, it's his hard point. He is on an absolute spree. 39 and 19. The women, the children, you name it.
Dude, he's back on his Rio BS. He cannot be killed if we catch it from the third person. This man is a maniac.
You burst on through, but that's the streak in now. Selly minute or so left on the point in desperation time. Royal Ravens getting just enough kills. No, not yet. Not done yet.
Yeah, not done yet. They were trying to rotate over to P2 and flood, but does not happen. There was always one more player left for Atlanta FaZe.
Runs it. Can't find the next. Hydra's there for the pickups. Chance this could be game.
Oh, that's going to be it. Kismet's headset, I think, calling game. He heard the flank coming through, and now you flood into Hydra. We hail him. You give him the 3-piece, and
there is no resuscitating them from this series.
Dashy up over the top. They're looking for him. He wins it down to 1 versus 1. 5 to go.
He does that play. He's got to hunt him. He's got to hunt him. Snoopy has to hunt. He's just trying to buy time. And Dashy.
Love around the Twitter world. JCap even chiming in saying Shawnee making all of us coaches proud, showing that they can still hang on the sticks.
I mean, yeah, they spawned in. He had to spawn in against a top 2 team, not the Texas.
And they are fired up. The guys enjoying that one.
Boys and girls, map 3 is almost upon us. Chance, we were talking about this in the break. 04 shoots bodies, and then what happens after that?
Lose the map. That is the tried and true tradition. I think that is way too much alliteration. I tried too hard to do my job well in that moment. But yeah, rookies shoot bodies. You lose the map. It happens. I think everybody sort of remembers their first times. We can't all be Celium in this world. You got to be careful. So yeah, 0-4 again. Incredibly confident player. Likes to make plays in search and destroy. Still got to win the map though, so you get punished there. However, great news for Seattle Surge. My God. Like, what do you want me to say? Hey, their average ticks not the worst in the league so far in this stage. That's great news. Admittedly, it is Karachi. Offense much easier, so I don't think the attacking rounds will be quite that bad. But yeah, good Lord. I mean, yeah, even on these maps. This is the best news, I think, for LA. Even if their control has been this bad, Seattle Surge are like historically bad at control right now. Worst attacking team on Karachi, 2-9 record overall. Occasionally, they just don't even defend the more, like, the easier to defend control points. So if you want to win control, Surge is the team to do it against.
Technically, anything could happen here. Someone's going to win. Yeah. Somebody's absolutely going to win. I don't know if it's even possible to get a draw in this game mode. I don't think that is possible. So good news for Seattle Surge and good news for the LA Thieves. No caps just yet, as the stats were not ideal. But towards the A zone, we dip a toe, and that's going to be just to drain the segment progress that the LA Thieves started things off with. But now a two-man cap chance. We could be seeing that finish soon.
He jinxed it immediately. Nasty doesn't want that objective. He wants to play for the kills, but it is good coverage. Catch the players running on the outer wings and maybe tag up Booza as well. But you give up the lane for a second. 0-4 runs directly underneath, but hey, he only gets one before he falls, so the trade's still there. LA Thieves just having a clean setup, and Nasty, I mean, he's just been picking apart, getting free B kills against the rival 9 players.
Yeah, it's perfect timing from Nasty in force 3 right now, setting up for the pressure towards the backside of B. Okie dokie, we'll take it. We'll see what the fallout is from this play. But 2 minutes on the game clock there. Lovely work from the Thieves. A cool, calm approach now, Nasty. Can you get kill number 5 in a row? Yeah, you can. Oh, boy. All 4 of the Thieves are in position. They're looking exceptionally good to go. This is the kind of place that doesn't give you the table until everyone's here. The whole squad nearly on the point. Beautiful look from the Thieves. Seattle, you're nowhere to be seen. 1 kill at a time. Quick contest they're in.
It is literally 0-4 against the world right now. Finally, someone else on Seattle gets a kill. Abuza wants to help his teammate out. And I don't even know how 0-4, I guess credit to the Dolphin Die, was able to get to the point without getting massacred. I feel like LA Thieves should have won that right there. But hey, still 2 ticks of progress. And I mean, you're still playing a 4 versus 2.
Oh yeah, Hook and Brezzy not super involved. Lovely damage from everyone there. Kremp's life flashed before his eyes, and unfortunately for him, his life was Karachi. Tough one. 120 on the game clock. Single segment to go. Hit the Thieves. A nice opener. Can you battle your way out of trouble? 0-4's nearly got himself a cruise. Stay alive, son. Might be able to get this. Oh, the timing. Thieves on the approach. This could be game. Or map.
Yeah. Yeah, Surge there, red dot chasing like crazy. Instead of just keeping control drunk, like I'm watching players on the mini-map run towards mid and then just open up the spawns immediately. So Thieves, it is a literal cakewalk back to the B zone, and that'll be the round because Surge, I mean, they want kills. Let me tell you, they hate life. They just want nothing. I don't understand, man. They had junk control and literally ran it down mid and got shot in the back instantly because players just spawned back P3 and literally opened up the spawn instantly. So yeah, Surge on Karachi, 2-9 record, well deserved.
They hate life, meaning they just want to end it in all its forms. Wow, Seattle, that was some round. Thieves are lit. I mean, look at the player cams. Everyone is popping. Fast comms between the lot of them. Now they've got to turn this 1-0 into a 2-0 on the defense. Very doable. We'll see what Surge has got. Again, a lot of love for the 0-4 Hook duo. See if they can play fast and get things going. And this is what you want to see.
Oh, that's an interesting moment. Yeah, I was going to say 0-4 not able to dodge the nade. So Kremp on point in that moment just to sort of keep these players at bay. Still this opening salvo. Nasty jumping in through barrels. Does get traded, but still trades out and about. Ghosty maybe being the difference maker, picking up the big 2. And look at LA Thieves filling in the left side of the map, ready for the pressure of where the spawns are rolling through. And hey, Kremp might get traded, but still all the players there on the cutoffs. This is a much better look of how you know, play defense on this map.
Not over yet. Crazier things have happened. We nearly saw him in the last round. 0-4. Spotting shadows. Nice nade. Flushes him out into the jaws of Ghosty, who eats him alive. 50 seconds to go here on the round, and not a single segment of progress has been captured. Brezzy little slower in the map, but very, very important. Doing his due diligence, making sure the OBJ gets done. There we go. 45 on the clock.
Yeah, I just love, I mean, LA Thieves, they pay attention in practice. It's a beautiful thing. Still, though, a little bit of pressure on A. It's a solo cap right now from Abuza, and they're still just dealing with the chaos. I think LA Thieves are still just worried about the players around red, and, I mean, for good reason. 0-4 just died here off spawn, right back to potentially running it down towards B again, so while they're applying all that pressure on one side of the map, you get wiped off enough, and maybe you end up being able to defend this A zone as well, but that French and Belgian duo, make sure you lock down A. You have Seattle Surge still getting active right now on offense.
Abuza knows something's up. Oh, Joey Thieves absolutely destroyed. Nothing left to throw at the back alley, though. That's where the hit's going to come from. 4-man stack. Say goodbye to B. Thieves got to get moving, and we're looking at a 1-1 unless something gets done. No hope. No hell. That is one hell of a round. Another banger, Chance. Bangers.
Yeah, and yeah, Surge, again, the lightning speed that these guys play at, ready for the chow. 0-4, as quick as Hook is, which is a terrifying sight. Wins a big gunfight on Joda Seas in the back alley, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Even the round they had on defense, like LA Thieves, like picked them apart the round before, and Surge were so fast to get back in the correct positions. It was just after they got there, the thing is spiraled a little bit out of control, but make no mistake, when these guys are in the right spots at the right time, it can be absolutely destructive.
Boss, you know, out of control is definitely the way I would describe this map so far. Boozer 4 spree, looking to get himself a couple more. Can we get a cruise? The answer is maybe. So we're moving. Nice work from Nasty. He and Kremp. Oh, beautiful work. That's going to be the sprees closed out and the first segment at A done as well. So Thieves, the attacking rounds are way better. Defensively, though, still a little left to be desired.
That's a big bite LA Thieves just took, maybe looking for some action over towards B, because, yeah, they got the pressure. 0-4, who got that initial kill, was able to pick up a few more over towards A. So LA Thieves are back to square one, and for Surge, this is what you want. Block the junk spawns. You only need one player here. Hook absolutely going to flank. Kremp ready for the action, though, and gives you the first one. Does get traded out, but LA Thieves still that pressure on A. And they're going for spawn kills as well. Thieves, they're trying to make some plays. Yeah, Ghosty getting active in your spawn as well. Thieves certainly putting on the pressure and forcing Surge to respond, and things are getting tough.
4 spree for Ghosty in the back. Here comes number 5. Oh, Hook. That was a lucky YY into the feed. Stay safe. Here we go. Joda Thieves trying to creep forward. He's making noise, though. He's thumping around. I'm not sure if the boys of Surge are going to be able to hear this in amongst the crazy comms. And the gunfire here by the B zone. He's in. Hook threads the needle. It's defensively sound, Surge.
Joda Seeds opportunity to make a play, but his teammates died and didn't know what to do. And now Breji doing a much better job in junk. Instead of wrapping through mid and chasing kills, he's chilling. He's got a trophy. He's on a 4 spree. It takes like 3 players to take him down, but even then, Hook right back in position to cut off these reinforcements. Surge, much better job right now on the defensive end. Funneling through and keeping that red control. 0-4. Doing a nice job, throwing some shoulders, slowing these players down.
Just fighting through these thresholds. One step at a time from the LA Thieves. They're trying to get it all done as a squad. Cramp on the flank.
Oh, no.
Nasty's here. Oh, it's happening again. Strap in, boys and girls. Cramp's got this one. No cramps there. That boy is hydrated and flying forward. B zone on the way out as well. 3-man stack. Cramp, get in there and finish the set.
He'll take a head glitch. He wants the kills. He'll take a 2-man stack, because why not? One flank rolling through, and maybe you were correct, Miles. Stacking the point after you get 4 down. Much better call.
Hook might be able to get 3 more here. Rezi lines them up. Damage dealt. No one's gone on the inside just yet. Nasty might be the man to check it. No, they go around the outside. Round the outside. 2 members of the Thieves go around the outside, and then, oh, the B zone. An opportunity to get it going. Hook gets himself in there. Couple down. Defensively from Surge, you lose this fight and it's basically over. Uh-oh, Kremp's in now. Ooh, it's not done yet, Chance.
Yeah, they're going to hunt him down, though. Kremp, well, if he could buy a little bit of time, I mean, maybe he gives you a touch. You still have LA Thieves here for the pressure. 30 seconds left and a nice little square up towards the middle of the map, but no trades there for Dan Ghosty. Quick moves from Abuza. Maybe Joda Thieves, the final player in line. Maybe, no, it's again the pressure. They're going to be so quick to be back here for a 4 versus 3, make it a 2v4 this round. Might come down to lives.
He wins 1 at the very least. 10 seconds. Thieves have got to get in there. They're looking for the last player. 04, stay down. Run! Oh, Thieves get their kill. With a fraction of a second to spare. We need a replay on that. What? It just didn't... What did the guy to do?
Wait, was the game clock? I didn't even notice the game clock. I assumed someone's going to be on the point. Oh, holy hell. Yeah, the Karachi control of these two teams is chaos.
Kremp, man, that was some kill just to get away, but 04 didn't need to die there. That was a stunning finish. Okay.
This is just so mixy.
There's not a lot of words in the English language that can describe how close or frustrating that must feel right now. Seattle, you should be up 2-1. The Rook, unfortunately, doesn't quite pull it off this time round. Here we go, though, into A. Seattle getting it done.
Oh, that Rook might need a castle just like Kremp. Well, I saw the movie. Poor Woody Harrelson. I mean, he got there towards the end, but certainly the first 90%. A little bit struggle on the whole jumping thing, but now you got a lot of pressure on Surge. I mean, 04's in your base. You had number 4 on the mini-map. Breggy trying to do the exact same thing, so... Again, I don't want to keep using the word mixy, but players all over the place. It is about containing chaos right now. LA Thieves, though, doing a good job. I mean, they're constantly just fuddling in through B. Joe DeCeves has top third control, so as far as defense goes, you are in the right positions, but that zone looks like it's still going to fall.
For those folks who haven't already hit the rewind button, it was 5.1 seconds remaining. Surge just needed a run for it. If 04 stays alive, very different looks here. Can't close out the A zone either, so no one's willing to get in there. Kremp, he's done a lovely job of keeping these players out. Nice work. 04 gets the stick, gets A.
That is a nice toss. And, well, Ghosty, in the meantime, 21-14, so he's having a strong map. Unfortunately, doesn't have a strong trophy, so going to get obliterated by Tax and Nades. Now a moment for Surge. Everybody group up together. Maybe no trades coming through just yet. I was going to say LA Thieves watching the cross, but still a bit of a delicate situation.
Oh, he's going to land this. Catch, boys. Bang. Big damage. Not for the kills. Kremp, run for it. Man, we are throwing everything we've got here in this corridor by top red. Good work out of Joe. Gets his 1. That's good enough for now, but an open avenue for Seattle Surge to flood and now drown out the B point. Ghosty's let a couple of players through. He's not going to know until they get on the zone. Kremp from behind. The dagger gets 2.
Well, who gives you 1? Ready for the flank. And now, yeah, Kremp seals the deal in that moment. Good Lord. 4 spree for him as well, picking up a big 3-piece. Kremp is sort of like a, I don't know, a defensive-minded player almost. He's popping off on the defensive rounds, S&D, and right now defending his heart out on a 5 spree, 27 kills, and maybe another funnel into the head glitch. Surge, well, they get the first kill. Couple go their way, and a small window of opportunity with the man advantage, but it looks like LA Thieves gonna close that door. Hook behind enemy lines, but for the moment, the only one trying to open those floodgates for his team.
Contest. Done. Kremp, he's the last man in position for now. Ghosty over the wall. Nice work out of 04 on the slide. He's taken a lot of hits, though. He does have a teammate on the inside here. How many times have we seen this zone get blown wide open? There's another one added to the pile. Boozer can't get anything done. It's Ghosty with both weapons in the feed. Just over 30 to go.
Yeah, they have no lives remaining with 38 seconds left on the clock. That is, I mean, that's criminal. That is pace. To die that quickly. 30 deaths in a span of like 2.5 minutes maybe. For the extent of that round. Surge running it down straight into death, and death thy name is Ghosty and Kremp having an absolutely fantastic time there in map number 3.
That was a screamer for the LA Thieves. Smiles all across the faces of those boys, knowing full well that they have managed to improve the control game. Chance, we wanted something exciting about this Karachi control, and I'd like to think we got it. That was something. We go to Rio now for another hard point. Can Surge bounce back and give us a game 5? The last match of the day. Very, very possible.
You're not wrong. I'm just trying to like tally up the deaths right now. I guess like, well, no, not even really that close comparable. That is 10, 12, 15 more deaths there on the Surge players compared to LA Thieves. And granted, it is an objective-based game mode, but they lost 2 rounds on lives. Maybe slow down just a touch. Not an easy thing to do, and you want to speed it up in hardpoint, but control a now 2-10 record on that map. Gonna have to start making some adjustments.
See how much Surge has got left in the tank, because They're in trouble now. Rio hardpoint coming up next. Invasion to close out. If they can get there, that's going to be the interesting thing for me. The search and destroy has not been superb. Obviously, LA Thieves looking a little stronger there in the Karachi 6-4 was a great stat line as they managed to figure out Surge. They really didn't just, batter them. They defeated them decisively. Almost ready to go, though, into our matchup chance. Where are we thinking? What we dressing here for Rio? Is it going to be a big Surge win?
Look, I would not be surprised in the slightest if we go to a game 5 because Surge, their pace is not going to stop. These guys are not going to run out of energy. They're going to bring that same sort of impact to every single map that they play. And you can't lose hardpoint on live. So I think they're going to have better odds here on the Rio. But I will say, Thieves have found form. Joe Deceives, it's not even his camera. He actually just glitched out in real life. So as long as he can get back in the action and, hey, we see a little bit of movement, might be fine for the map 4.
He glitched out and he's going to dip out. Well, map 1 versus map 4 so far. This is just the stats coming into today. So the margins are not ideal, Chance, in the map 4 situation. Surge are a team that definitely heat up. They get things going. Thieves typically start off strong as far as our map 1s and map 4 records go, but that just makes this a far more interesting lineup for me. Again, I think I'm leaning more towards Surge. The Thieves have got a lot of work to do though. Can they ride that control win?
And I suppose an interesting note on that too is that Thieves, normally dominant in the map number 1s, actually lost the map 1 in this series. So this is actually a beautiful look now from Surge, and LA Thieves don't necessarily slow down as the series goes on. It might be a Team A versus Team B situation. LA Thieves in this series are Team B, so the map 4 is Seattle's pick. So Seattle wanted the Rio more than they wanted the Vista. Thieves chose the Vista and walked into death, but again, a lot of mind games potentially can be played with the Team A, Team B if you don't want to pick Vista. I think Vista currently, it's maybe an 11-2 record for the good side versus bad side start. So I don't know if the map is necessarily going to have that impact where long-term teams are picking Team B sort of to make sure that doesn't become their map pick, if you will. But look, there's a lot of confusing things I'm saying. I think Surge could force this to a game 5. Let's keep it simple.
So what you're saying, Chance, is Surge go game 5. Yes, thanks very much for that, Michael Barbaro. Yeah, Surge almost ready to go. Clearly something going on. Ghosty's got a bit of a cough. Have some hydrate. Get some
also
water.
I've been trying to get this line in since the Search and Destroy. Ghosty does look like a French heavy metal singer.
Wow, that is an unbelievably specific cut.
And you might not even know the lead singer that I'm talking about. It is a very specific person that Ghosty honestly could be twins with the guy, but the guy has an incredible voice. So I want to see. I'm not going to say the line, actually.
Save it. And then...
Yeah, I'm saving it.
And then explain it with pictures side by side on Twitter, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. Here we go, though, boys and girls, into Rio, map 4. Don't let those stats fool you. I think Surge were happy to get into this one. Again, looking at the rotations and the holds statistically, it's the solid here for the LA Thieves. After the big win on Karachi Control 3-1, let's see if they've got enough to put Surge down. Seattle looking for the game 5.
And if this is a map win for Surge, but if it's like a nail biter, like a 250, 240 kind of situation, we might see a kill record broken.
Yeah, that would be something. We've come close quite a few times already in the season. Nice work from Krem. Man, he is shooting tonight. Last player left up, Brezzy. Cut down by Nasty there. This should be good time for the Thieves.
Yeah, Grem certainly has. Krem leaned forward in his gamer chair. There's the G I was trying to get out. And, well, all G for the moment. Easy wins there from Krem. You had 0-4. Full sending straight to death. Hook says, okay, my turn. Brezzy wants to take his turn being the next one in the Congo line of death. No teamwork and coordination just yet from Surge, but by God, when they find it, the getting will be good.
The getting will be good, but the getting has yet to be gotten. 27 with a big win. Nasty's out of ammunition. That's going to be hard point towards Surge, but it's a measly few seconds of rotation is really what matters, and that's the Thieves in firm control. Surge, they are battling out of the chains set up by the Thieves here. A possibility to get out towards the new hard point, but Joe Deceives is certainly making them sweat.
Oh, those are easy reads for Joe as well. Yeah, Brezzy not even able to heal up before he falls. So stronghold so far. Gotta say, Kremp is shooting his gun as well. And he got Joe Deceives timing out the perfect flank. You got Surge. Anyone gonna check this? Abuza maybe half reading it, but by the time you do, doesn't matter. You just get broken down. It's only for the spawn out coming through that are gonna keep Surge alive, but I think you got Ghosty. He is reading it.
Oh, reads it. He can't quite complete it, though. It was a page turner of a battle, and now the next chapter says the Thieves have got the hard point. Not enough for the kill there. Booze is in. 15 seconds to go. Another late break from Surge. They're staying alive from scrap time. They might not be able to hold on to this one for too much longer. Ghosty keeping him down.
And that's his only job, is just to slow him down. Joe sees that death does not matter. He'll spawn right back up towards the new time. Ghosty just wants to keep these players at bay, and he might fall, but that's 3 players that are going to be working the flank. And Joe deceives again off spawn. Nice little credit corner to pick it up.
Yeah, 9 and 3 from Krem. He slowed down a little bit after the opening first hard point, but regardless, Nasty keeping the back street safe, keeping spawns good. That boy has dug his heels in. Watch out for 04, spawn real close. Okay, I take it back. Seattle Surge have spawned in the back line.
Oh my god, yeah, I was about to gas up LA Thieves play. I mean, guys, come on. You gotta sit further back in the spot. I don't know, man. I don't understand this game sometimes, but Surge, happy for it. A booze at 12 and 5, by the way. Maybe top contender to go and break that kill record on a 4 spree as well. So Surge, take the gift and try to take that all the way home. Not going to be a tied up game, but maybe a 20-point gap as we rotate towards new, where Thieves, they just have a clamp on it.
Yeah, Thieves clearly didn't get the notification there was a bug breach detected behind them, and they got eaten there. Well, tough. Let's see if they can't spit some bile on towards this new point. Good work from Abuza here, as he's keeping them down, keeping them out. That's another good string of kills. It's 14 and 5 overall, and it's a cruise.
Yeah, look at how the tides turn. One small moment, and Surge might just run this all the way home. So effectively tied up and reading the flank as well. Good comms or not good comms? Good awareness there in that moment. Even gets the stun off to slow these players down. Easy pick up there from 04, and Abuza continues to rain destruction. Hasn't died in 3 hills. That is a 9 spree, 17 to his name. And another multi-kill as well. Surge, yeah, they have found their pace. They have found their form. And LA Thieves, they have found their spawn again. They are currently getting daggered.
Hey, look, the going has now been gotten, and good God, it's good. 9 for Abuza, who can't get any more in the middle of the map. Over towards the bridge, hard point we go. Final in the first set, and the first set was sweet for Seattle Surge. Not too dissimilar chance from what we saw the first hard point. Again, LA Thieves yet to get going. This cruise is gonna hit.
This is also a demonic route. So Kremp is going to fall. LA Thieves are going to be spawning on the left side of the map. Cruz doesn't get you anything, but the spawns are going to be blocked. And if any one of his teammates got a kill, this could have been great. Unfortunately for them, LA Thieves just bully you out, dodge the cruise missile, and stay alive in time. And, well, now Surge are going to be tucked back in their spawn.
Lovely work. Ghosty now shooting. Okay, Thieves, not out of this yet. The trophies are still up. Got to throw a bit more and bad vibes at that hard point to make it softer. Lead change on its way. And Brezzy, again, a bit of a slow game. A lot of time in the hard point, playing a very methodical role here for Surge on this Rio. Can they get into the hard point? Answer is absolutely not. Final 15 is going to be done. We're going back to P1. And chance, it's exactly the same as the first hard point. Thieves with the late resurgence in the first set.
This is how. Abuza, by the way, pulls his gun out and gets another 2 kills. The worst mistake he made was he was in the perfect position to flank. He took a demonic route to get behind enemy lines, and instead of picking up the freebie kills with the gun, he picked up nothing with the crew. So Surge right now not having the best of times, Hoop having the worst of times. 3 players here to hunt him down, and he at least takes one of the grave with him, buying time for his teammates to get back in the mix. But another teamwork on this front to get towards P1. Surge, they have not had it.
Not had it at all. P1 has been good for the Thieves in the first go-around. Second go-around, same thing. This time it's not necessarily Kremp going absolutely wild. Ghosty, right shots. Not enough for the second. Abuza's keeping his kills going. 21 and 8, by the way, in case you were wondering. Beautiful stuff from him. It's not enough to get the break, though. You've still got Joe in the hard point.
Just staying alive as much as he can. Good wins, and the other guy's going to be on vending. So, yeah, easy reads in that moment. Even when things are seemingly not going well for LA on this hill, still able to pan out and get so much time on a P1 and a peach of a nade there from Kremp. Picking up 2 and buying him the space. He might have found the time to get behind enemy lines, kill some spawners as Kremp, just a nuisance, playing with this food. Who might be the next in line?
Oh, no. That stun could not have landed at a more opportune time. Joe deceives in the hard point, done. 04's got it, and that is a lot of space and now time to work with for Seattle Surge. We could be back into this. Big kills from Brezzy. That's another set. And an awkward spawn in the back. The Thieves, ooh, they're going to get there maybe A little bit of retribution here in the spawns front. It splits for Surge.
Well, that is bad news. You don't want these spawns. Seattle want them to have those back spawns. So this is a good news for Surge, for them to be spawning behind enemy lines in that moment. It's the P3 where you don't want to get daggered in that moment. And LA Thieves, a nice little wipe at kills, but for the 15 seconds, I don't even know how much time you could realistically get. They're going to have the rotation towards new, and that was the game-changing moment. LA Thieves, they have to be effective at locking this P3 down.
Well, we'll find out how effective they can be. Let's go for a listen in with the Thieves.
We're just one bar. I got the back. I got the back. I back up. I think they're gonna go boxes. SC's down.
Good fucking shit, guys. I've got bridge. I'll time. Hold this, who in the fucking game. They might be too late. Play near time though. Boxes. I'm gonna repitch it. Boxes. Nothing bridge. You must be stacking mid.
Look at my cash.
Boxes. One more cash. SC's dead. Play center. I'm staying as well.
The only one new.
Tell me if you see anything. I'll go.
I don't see anything. I think they're all boys. I think they're all.
More bridge.
Tell me cash a little weak.
Okay, that's two cash. I
agree.
I spawned out. Give me
well. Hold it was a weak. He's outside center weak.
I'm cracking out.
Nice.
Well, he's going center weak. Okay, two boxes.
Where are they spawning? There's two front. Main boxes, Joe. I'm gonna two boxes. Go. Yep, that's one time. One more behind the white.
One shot on the white.
Next, you're close. You two. We're stunning for you.
I got the double. You can come back. I need to have a trophy.
I'm named there. One event. He close barricade.
Close barricade.
Yo, one more.
One shot then.
Come on.
Me too. He's two there. Right side. Go boxes. He's on the white vent still. White vent. Four to the white vent. Push boxes. Push boxes. Tie game. Play now. Push boxes.
Play these kills.
Down in boxes.
Calm down.
I'll see me that one now. Hold deep right. Whoever's off.
Only deep.
Yeah, love the comms from LA Thieves. Goes to the human UAV. Someone asked a question, he answers it instantly, and he calls it correct. LA Thieves using the comms, staying ahead of the rotation and trying to stay ahead of the game. Because Surge, the comeback might be in.
Oh, the comeback is absolutely in. What a match this is for the game 5 for Surge for the series Thieves. Joe deceives. 26-21. We heard him in the absolute listening. Every single time. The comms are furious. Can they find a break here? Surge are holding it on. No one giving anything away just yet. Hook with a big kill. Gets him second. That's another set. And that's going to be the lead for Surge.
Oh, this is such a good hill. Hook picks up 2, starts flying at you, and you just can't even contest it. LA Thieves can't get anybody near this time. An early rotation that gets broken down immediately, and Surge been class. P1 has been their biggest problem, though, but good news for Surge. They're going to be here first, but I guess, hey, 20 seconds to fight for. Still a lot of action at this old time.
Tons of action still. 0-4. Does he gets right? No, he doesn't. P1 is on its way, but you can do the damage here. Ooh. Deep breaths, boys and girls. Final 10 for the win. Surge are looking good.
Oh, they're turtling too. LA Thieves turtling in some corners. Breji, maybe the opportunity to make a play. And a team kill right there in that moment. Not well timed. And Breji made his way to the point. Can't buy a trade though. Nasty. Keeping his team alive.
They might be prairie dogging. And turtling. Why not? It's all happening here. It's all coming out in the final hard point. LA Thieves. Breaks are good. They're in. And the Blues are finding a few more kills in this absolutely sensational game of Rio Hardpoint. Trying to get himself forward. Looking for that one opening. They've got a little bit of time to get the break. One is all it's going to take.
Yeah, Surge, though, they haven't been able to break this hill. Finally, somebody's taking a round instead of flooding into the blender. 0-4 going to be calling it. I mean, he's taking the deep route. It just gets red. LA Thieves, the P1s are like butter.
10 for it. They're eating it alive. It's the bread and butter. 5 seconds for the win. Oh my goodness. Here comes the lead change. Seattle Surge, you've gone to pieces. It's done. Thieves. 3-1 the final score.
And I see that French metal singer ringing out a roar to call game. LA Thieves, the P1's absolute class. Love the listening as well. Dan Ghosty staying on top of it, as is the entire team. Wonderful coordination, and I know we crack jokes after map on, Miles, but the desk called it 3-1 victory there from LA Thieves. or at least most of the desk called it. I think there might have been one wrong pick. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Who could it have been? Well, it's the first time around it was nameless. 247, 250. What a absolute throwdown on Rio. You needed one good break, Seattle, and now the score changes. The running towards champs. An additional 10 points go the way of the LA Thieves. They take the lead, and for the moment, the stalemate is broken. They will now tie up LAG, their old Los Angeles rivals, in the scoreboard, and I have not seen a more perfect double helix in the CDL so far. What a brilliant back and forth hardpoint that was.
Yeah, Watson and Crick want to steal this one too. That is an absurd tale towards the end. Literally the final hit. I'm telling you, all the jumps are like at P1 as well, where those are all the moments where you just had Surge getting flatlined, literally outside of the first one. Surge only able to score maybe a single point on a P1 that is typically mixy. And I know especially so that moment where Abuza calls in the cruise. When Surge started to turn the game around, that is going to be painful for those guys indeed. I just wish I could call my old biology teacher. She'd be proud that I remembered Watson and Crick.
I had no idea what the hell you were talking about, and I trusted you.
They stole the double helix. I can't remember her name, but someone discovered the DNA first, and they robbed her of the glory.
That is absolutely disgraceful. Speaking of disgraceful, let's go to the desk.
Oh, what?
I thought my Surge prediction was bad. Chances on Mars right now. All right, let's get into the video games that we just watched here, because LA Thieves get it done in a ridiculous fashion. You need 3 points if you're Surge to force a second search and destroy. LA Thieves said no.
What's tough is that Seattle kind of put themselves back into this game. They were on the back foot a majority of that map number 4, but LA Thieves, it was a big two-piece from Nasty there in the end. And honestly, throughout the entire series, Nasty had a really good one.
Yeah, is Nasty the MVP? He clutches up with Dan Ghosty in the 2v4 in Surge, and then he drops 31 here in a game 4. But Nameless, walk me through this Rio. What was happening towards the end of this matchup?
All right, so, you know, we're in a pretty crazy situation, and it's just trades left and right over near Van Hill, and then Rezi gets the final kill to end up them getting a decent amount of time there. The next rotation did another great job of sort of mitigating the amount of time that Thieves could get, but it gets over towards a P1 where you thought Seattle was going to be fine. They're laying down contesting, but they made different decisions at the same time. You saw one player laying down behind the planters, another one chowing the vending. Simultaneous there, if they double chow, they get that kill, and then they're able to get those final seconds that they need. But since they weren't able to communicate effectively there in the very end, Thieves are able to clean them up, and this is the moment that I'm talking about, and secure the rest of that time. That's a difficult hill to hold, Chris. You have to watch 6, 7 different angles, sort of time it back and forth, and they did it to a T.
60 seconds locked out on P1. LA Thieves get the job done. Your scuff play of the game is this last hill. Allie, who was the most impressive player, or is it just the comms from the Thieves?
Honestly, it was an opening two-piece from Nasty, and then Kremp follows it up with another 2, which this was a bad situation because there was a team kill right before this that could have spelled trouble for the side of LA Thieves. And beyond that, it was just really good teamwork. Unfortunately, Seattle Surge kind of went back to what they were doing at the beginning of this hard point, which was solo challenging a lot of lanes, not waiting for each other, which created this very staggered push and allowed LA Thieves to come away with the win.
What a lot of teams do wrong in these situations, Chris, is that first push is so much more important than you think. You have to really take your time, take some long routes, get some information, get away with your life. Like, it is so important, and you can see it's like, oh, we have 30 seconds, we only need 5. We can just throw our lives away a couple times, and then that's the result. You can't allow them to get that perfect setup, and Seattle just made a crucial error at that.
Seattle failing to retake, and it's Thieves with another win, and if you're counting these at home, that's 5 on our Major 3 qualifiers. From a team that was in 12th after stage 1, they're right back in the running.
It was a huge turnaround, too. They had such a slow start to the season, a couple roster change, and they finally found the good fit.
Let's talk to Dan Ghosty about it in our Monster Winner Spotlight. Ghosty, is Nasty afraid to talk to us today, or does my production crew just love your face?
I think it might be the latter, unfortunately. He's sitting over there chatting up a storm.
Honestly, I wanted to get both of you at the same time. That was my request to the crew because it was the ARs taking over. The 2v4 felt like a match-changing moment. Where do you feel your team's strength is right now? Is it still Surge?
I'd still say it's one of like our backbones, but we've really been working on every single mode, making sure that we're cohesive, have like the same game plan, same kind of like routine for every single map. And I mean, we persevered and got the clutch win.
Absolutely. So, and with the Search and Destroy, the clutch was a you and Nasty masterclass in the 2v4. Can you talk to me about like what the post was like after that round? Like what was the communication? Because you guys were on completely opposite ends of the map and ended up both getting your 2 pieces.
I think it was the 2-4 round. Kremp said something like, yo, we got this. They keep doing the same things to us. Let's just adjust. And then, I mean, we ended up clutching that 2v4. And I think that was like the huge swing round in the series.
Yeah.
It kind of gave us the confidence back after that map 1.
Ghosty, you know, a trend throughout the series to me was like when the going got tough, you guys are surprisingly very calm and effective. I think about a couple moments, the 2v4 Ali mentioned, the offense and control where you guys slowed down red and ended up getting to the point. And then the very end of that hard point, where is that coming from? Because you guys are a bunch of very young players, but in those moments, you play like your vets.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But honestly, I have to give my props to the coaching staff. Shout out Cap, shout out Shane, shout out Brandon. They really help us day in and day out and really iron out the things that maybe younger players wouldn't be so good at.
Yeah.
We love to see the trajectory, but I want to keep it a buck with you. You're looking at the 5 wins in Major 3. They're all against teams that were 7th to 12th seed. Next week, or sorry, on Sunday, you have your final match against Optic Texas. How do you feel you'll play against one of the Big 4?
I'm pretty confident in our squad. Practice has been really good recently. We've been really trying hard in practice, making sure that we're actually getting stuff out of it. And I think it'll be a good matchup.
Final question for you. What do you want to say to the fans who have bought tickets to go to Toronto to see you live?
We appreciate every single one of y'all. The love is truly felt. And please buy the LAT bundle.
Buy the LA Thieves bundle. They all make money off of it now. That is Dan Ghosty. Congrats on another dub.
Thank y'all so much.
5-1 are the LA Thieves, and they just have Optic
coming.
Texas left to play. This team is looking guaranteed top 5 seed.
Absolutely, and you think maybe that's a testament, like you touched on the coaching staff, just LA Thieves camp as a whole, because this is a roster that had to be completely rebuilt from the ground up this season.
All right, we're going to wrap this short and sweet so you can enjoy your Friday night, but Nameless, we do have to touch on the Toronto versus Boston matchup. Was there an MVP from the Toronto camp?
Yeah, I'm going to go Envoy just because of the bounce back and confidence. I felt like in the interview, we learned more in that interview than we did in the gameplay because Envoy said, like, he's been making a ton of strides forward. They've been learning how to play their rotations. Like, everything's looking good for the Toronto camp, and that bodes well headed into their home major.
It feels like as we head closer to the Toronto Major, our top 4 teams are starting to get back to what we were expecting at the beginning of this qualifier.
Yeah.
It was Atlanta FaZe, maybe after Texas and everybody else, but now it kind of feels like we have a top 4.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this has been online. It's all good.
Just 7 maps in today, but of course we have 2 more days of action, and tomorrow's games have a huge impact. It's winning in for teams like Carolina Royal Ravens, and as you take a look at the standings here, Allie, only the top 8 are going to start here in the winners bracket. So out of those teams on the right side, who do you see moving up or down?
Ooh, I think I'm seeing LAG move up, to be honest, and I think Carolina Royal Ravens will certainly stay above that line.
And of course, Seattle Surge and Sublighter still have a match to play. This is how it all breaks down. Surge draw Atlanta FaZe tomorrow, but the win and in matchup, it's going down at 4:30, our Monster Energy matchup.
That is a banger, and to me, that's like rookie of the year. You come out that, you get that dub, and you go off and secure winners. Oh yeah, come on.
All right, we will see you all bright and early, 2:45 Eastern, right before noon there on the West Coast for another episode of the CDL.
Bye.